Excuse me. Not sure where that warrior's running that way. Come on, computer. This laptop's being a butt. Seems to be a mithril deposit nearby. My senses are tingling. It's like not even fair how fast these guys can kill mobs. Even the priest kills people faster than me. But, you know, what can you do? Looks like I zigged and they zagged. What's up, James? So I get this speed plate and the gauntlet plate. Yeah, those are good shoulders, man. Yeah, I need to BRD. Yeah, spell power plate. I need the spell power plate, dude. I need the spell power plate. Yeah, I just slept for like 2 or 3 hours. It's like 3:12 a.m. Yeah, I mean, my goal was to get to level 52 and then do... why am I flagged PvP? One of these jackoffs is flagged PvP. I have no mana. Oh, interesting. Yeah, one of my My goal literally was to get to level 52, and then nah, really. This is the first time I've been feared in what feels like forever, you know. The fear bomb. He's calling for help. Alright, let me get some mana. Yeah, so much this food here. This guy's just going to pull everything. He's like, I'm gonna pull it all. Alright, so yeah, you know, doing quests like these, it's always good to, actually, we've got more up here. Jade Farrowfell, I think that's where this other person's going, so let's follow him. Actually, he's going back to turn the quest in. Alright, we'll turn the quest in, and then we'll do the Fellsworn. Yeah, my goal, I'm still PvP, so somebody in my group is PvP. And when I'm healing, it's probably this warrior here. Yeah, see, he's flagged. So I guess he wants to do PvP. Man, I'm just gonna have to get rid of my carrot on the stick macro is just becoming kind of an annoying thing for me. And I'm not digging it at all, so. So what I'm gonna do is get rid of it basically and go with just your standard. Where is my freaking mount? I'm just going with my standard mount. My standard macro here. If we go here and go to macros. This one. Because I'm sick of not having Mark of the Chosen on me. Let's see, we got mail, chest, 84, 84. This is worth more, so boom. All right. Fellsworn. Now this, though, it does say that this is level 54. Yeah, let's do the Forces of Jadenar. And that warrior's running around like he's trying to get himself killed. Not sure what that warrior's trying to do. I mean, it may be that there's these. We'll try to do the. I think I'm probably still too low. As a paladin, it's tough to do some of these quests because, you know, you just don't hit that hard. So it's nice to come in and do quests when you're a couple levels above the quest. You know, if the mobs are 50, it's nice to come and do them when you're like 52. Otherwise, you're just kind of getting into this kind of really grindy mode where you're really just grinding them out very slowly because it takes so long to kill them. But we'll give the forces of Jaden a go here and see how we do. I hope this guy was. I wish he would stop being flagged. I'm not. I just can't buff him or heal him. I can't buff or heal the warrior unless I want to flag up, and I really don't want to flag up because I don't want to get killed right now. I just want to focus on leveling. Although in a group of 3 people, there's really not much of a chance of us getting ganked. Alrighty then, where is... I just know that the last time I went into BRD, I had I had a lot better gear than I do now. So I would actually like to have better gear. We do have some unread mail from the auction house. Hopefully we sold some more auctions. Yeah, I remember these quests are kind of a bitch. I remember last time I came in here on my Paladin and did this, it was pretty rough. This guy just came through, so he killed them all. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it. The problem, you know, it's interesting. Like, even at, I mean, this server's busy. I mean, this is 3:21 a.m. and we're still seeing a lot of people. It's actually not a bad chest piece for like a healer. Not bad. Okay, so sold some grilled squid. Sold. Well, we sold the Ring of the Bear for 6.7 gold. Nice. So we are up to 161 gold. Take a quick peek in the auction house just to see if there's. I mean, I am. I saw the stockade problems for around 200 gold. I really don't want to pay 200 gold for the stockade pauldrons. Maybe I can get a bid in, or if I get, there's a couple items I've been watching. One of them was the Demon Forge breastplate. Now the buy-in on that item was around 94 gold. I mean, I hate spending that much money for items, but it is an item that I would use for quite a while. I'm trying to think. What other chest piece I would actually prefer over the Demon Forge. Demon Forge is good. The heal on is really good. And it's something I could probably use from 52 all the way to 60. Maybe. I gotta look at the stats. It was a little bit... They didn't really have a lot of stats, though. But we'll take a look at it. We'll see if some... I don't think anybody would have bought it for... I think it was like 94 gold buy-in and like 170 gold buyout or something like that. I'm going to try a different audio track, one that's a little bit more chill. Because we're going to go into grind mode. We're going to do what I do best, which is just grind mobs. What I don't do best is do quests, because I get very frustrated with quests. Because I've done them so many times, and And to use the AoE Paladin to its most advantageous is really to pull lots of mobs. I mean, killing 4, 5, 6 mobs at a time is kind of where it's at. And now that I've got Holy Shield, this bathed in light. Funny how that trigger was actually created for my bubble on my two-hand weapon. But the effect of the bubble popping off of my two-hand weapon is actually called Holy Shield. And so the spell Holy Shield is also called Holy Shield. So now when I cast Holy Shield, it procs my trigger, my mixed rolling battle text trigger. So it's just kind of funny, but I'm just going to leave it that way, so I'm not going to do that. So we're looking at armor plate, and we're going to look at chest. And we're going to go 52, because I believe it's a 52 item. Let's just go 50. 50 to a 60. Okay. And there it is. You can see, oh, it's actually an 84. And so this is what I'm hoping to, this is what I'm thinking of buying. It's got 12, it's basically the same as the chest piece I currently have, only it's basically higher level. So the healing's gone from 6200 to 120. And the armor's gone up, you know, 70, 79, 78 points. Wow. So it's not really a huge upgrade. It's a lot of money for that, to be honest. But it's just, I don't know if you guys have been watching, the heal is so big. Like if you look at healing down here, right? And it's this, where's it at? Health regeneration. No, it's not that one. Actually, ooh, the health regeneration. That's my, that's that food I was eating. The poached sunscale salmon. So that's nice to see how much that's healing. It's not too bad. Judgment Light's doing the most. But this is something I'm thinking, I don't know, it's still a lot of money to buy that. Let's go to auctions. I still have a lot of I still have a lot of auctions up. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I need to clear some stuff in my inventory so that I can farm a little bit more without having to empty my inventory. So let's see, what don't we need? We don't need all this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, this. And mage weave bandages we can just vendor. What's this? Oh, ooh, Morning Glory too, nice. It's nice that I'm actually getting some of that higher level water. This should be enough for now. But if we go back to the auction house, I mean, you can see I've got 161 gold, which is not a lot. And it's really kind of depressing, really, that the cost of some of the stuff. But if we go in here and we go to armor, right, shield, you can see we've got some Skull Flame shields in here, which I really want to get the Skull Flame shield. It's just, you know, it's got the fire resist, it's got the shadow resist, you know, when struck has 1% chance of dealing fire damage. So it has a chance to do some AoE damage, and of course it has 3% chance to heal me. And of course just overall it's got good high armor. But the cost of it is just, God, it's, you know, 550 gold, are you kidding me? And then the other thing we need is plate shoulders. And it's the Stockade Pauldrons we need. Now the Stockade Pauldrons are a huge upgrade. You know, you get plus 10 defense, you got a lot of stamina, and you've got a high amount of armor. So I mean, these are something I could probably buy right now, and I need them anyway. But man, you know, it would basically bankrupt me, right? I've got 30 gold on my priest. That would put me up to 190 gold, and then I've probably got 15 gold on my rogue. So, you know, but this would just bankrupt me. So, and then the other thing is miscellaneous neck. Is this, the Medallion of the Grandma. This is the other thing I need, and it's 133. So we're looking at 5, 640, 740. You know, we're talking like almost 800 or 900 gold just to buy the items I want to buy, right? That it makes me like a much better tank, you know. So when you look at it that way, you're just like, you know, instead of spending all that money, let's just go grind some skeletons. Let's go grind some skeletons, right? Oh man, what else we got here? Get some. It's the auction house prices are depressing. I will say that they've gone down, like, you know, they've gone down quite a bit. They were quite a bit higher. Ooh, Dark Whelpling. I actually got that as a drop in the original vanilla World of Warcraft off of the Whelplings out in the Badlands. I had no idea that I'd even got it. It actually, I looted it and not even realized it, and was going through my bags later when they were full, and found the Dark Whelpling in my bag. And it's actually one of the more rare items, you know. It's one of the more rare items you'll find. You know, rare about pets and stuff. So the guy probably listed that in the auction house. This one here, you know, Dark Whelpling, he's probably got listed to something ridiculous like 500 gold or some shit. Mountain Dew. But yeah, James, I definitely need to get into BRD. Really was trying to get to level 52 and then hit BRD. And Stockade Pauldrons are a really nice upgrade. I mean, out of all the items in the auction house, you know, buying those would be really good. The Skullflame Shield would be nice, but man, you know, just, I don't have the money. Now, if I buy the Stockade Pauldrons at 200 gold, that just puts me in the poorhouse. I just don't think I can afford to do that, because if I start tanking instances, if I start tanking dungeons and taking a lot of damage or any kind of deaths, right, then we're going to have to, you know, spend so much money on the gold repair bills, and well, next thing you know, we won't even have money to repair my armor. So I think just going to have to keep waiting. You have to be patient. Maybe we'll get lucky at Chillwind Camp and get a blue drop or something. I spent days killing those skeletons there, and I never got... I think I got maybe one blue drop the whole time I was there. I should have bought some more mana drink, but I do have this if I need it. What's this F2 shit? Get rid of that crap. Let's see, right action bar, unbind, 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 unbind. Alright, well, while we are in flight to Chillwind Camp, because this is a pretty long flight. So you farmed BRD Marina to get all the SP plate. And the Golem SP plate shoulders drops off the Golem, right? I'm pretty sure it drops off one of the Golem boss, probably. There's a couple different ones. Now, what spell power plate is there? Let's see. Let's do a look. Vanilla WoW. Black Rock Adepts. Loot. Let's take a look. There is a website called WoW is Classic, which is not bad. Now it says minimum levels 42, advised levels 52 to 60. So there you go, advised level 52 to 60, and I usually try to go in there at 52. And let's see, best loot, recipes. Lord Rokar. What is the Dark Coffer? Is the Dark Coffer one? Yeah, so... Dark Coffer. That's just the... Lord Rokar drops Stone Shell Guard Shield, which is decent. The Mantle of Lost Hope, which is very nice for healers. The Idol of Ferocity, which is an idol. Formula Heart to the Smoky Mountain, which is pretty much shit. The vaults. That's what I want to get to. Now, if we go to the vault, no. That's the vault. I don't care about that. The 7. That's it. The 7. If we go into room 7, what I'm looking for is the Wrath Scythe. Chance on hit, steal 45 life. There's the Death Dealer Breastplate. Improves your chance to get a critical strike by 2%. Impervious Giant. Improves your chance to hit. Improves your chance to get a crit. Also has 30 armor. That's actually, it's a 2-hand mace though, so we don't care about that. Blood-Etched Blade. Increases damage and healing. Leg Plates of the Eternal Guardian. Now that's obviously going to be something we're going to want for the defense, right? Leg Plates of the Eternal Guardian. So really the 7 have 2 items that I really would like to get. Leg Plates of the Eternal Guardian and the Wrath Scythe. And let's see what else. Plugger Spaz Ring. What does he drop? He drops the Mixologist Tunic. The Barman Shanker. Okay. Golem Lord Argomach. I believe this guy's going to drop your Golem Shoulders you were talking about. Oh, maybe not. He does drop Second Wind, which is the healing trinket. Oh, he's got the Nogla Ring. That's another thing I need. The Nogla Ring is BIS, I think. Plus 10 stamina when struck in combat, inflicts 7 arcane damage attacker, and it increases your defense by plus 5. So that's a pretty nice ring for a tank. General Angerforge. I think he also has a chest piece that's pretty good for me. The Royal Decorated Armor. 26 stamina, 12 agility, 8 strength. Obviously the agility is going to help my... That's mail though, so that's not going to be any good. Warstraff Leggings, Leather, Hand of Justice. That's pretty good. It's a trinket. Plus 2% chance on melee hit to gain an extra attack. So that would be something we'd want as a protection on this. He's got the General Sword. That's so-so. Pantaloons. And of course the 2-handed Battle Axe, which we don't really want. What else we got? Balrog. Now it's Baelgar's got the helm, right? I guess he's got the Lava Crest leggings, which are just, you know, whatever, so. Chance on hit, blast the target. Sash of the Burning Heart. He's got a one-handed mace, which has 120 armor and plus 5 strength. So again, just a decent, and I say decent, tanking item. He does drop some books. Gift to the Wild. You know, teaches Gift to the Wild like Ron. He also has a Tomb of Arcade Brilliance. So those are pretty good drops as well. Let's see what the Houndmaster has. Houndmaster drops a bow, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he drops the Houndmaster's bow, which is nice. He also drops the Houndmaster's rifle. Black Veil Cape, which is a good hunter stuff. And yeah, so he drops pretty much all hunter type gear. The High Interrogator, Gerston. And this is the chick. She's not really going to drop anything I can use. Yeah, it's cloth. She does drop a cape, but it's increases damage and healing down by magical spells and effects. That's actually, I mean, you could, really, I could go with that cloak. Good luck having a group that would let me loot it, but I mean, intellect, stamina, spirit, and increased damage and healing down by magical spells and effect by up to 14. So that's got some spell power on it, right? And the Ring of Law, let's see. There's actually quite a few bosses in the Ring of Law. So we're going to open up the pages for each of these. And hopefully it's not killing my machine. All right, so Ring of Law, we got Grizzle. Is the NPC. He drops the Grizzle's Skinner. Interesting. Spalders, which are male. The Entrenching Boots. Now these are plate. Now these increase damage, so these are spell power boots. So these are probably one of the things you're talking about, James. So the Entrenching Boots. Strength, agility, intellect, stamina, and they have spell power. So that's actually good for me, for tanking. And there's the Stonewall Girdle, which is plate, which is so-so. There are plans for the Dark Iron Pulverizer, which again is a craftable item I can make. So Grizzle's going to have something we can use, which is nice. And what else we got? Okthar the Breaker would be another guy, boss in the Ring of Law. Let's turn down the music just a little bit here, so I feel like I'm not yelling. Okthar drops. He drops a band. And this again is a spell power band. Strength, intellect, stamina, spirit, but it also increases damage healing done by magical spells and effects. So if I wanted to really go spell power Paladin, I could grab that. Again, these things are going to be pretty hard to get in a group, because people are going to be like, why are you rolling for what's pretty much a mage ring or a warlock ring, right? So I'd want to do these with, like, friends. You know, here's the Shade Fiend boots are leather. We don't want those. The Carapace. This is plate. Stamina, agility, strength. You know, it's okay. We got the cape, 15 stamina. So the Grave Rot cape is nice for tanking. So there you go. So a noob has a nice tanking cape. If we look at Hedrum the Creeper, he's got the Spider Fang. Now this is the plate. This is the spell power plate, which is again really nice. So, you know, strength, intellect, stamina, increased damage, healing done by spell powers and effects. He also has a dagger, which is so-so. So yeah, I can see why people farm the Ring of Law so much. Lots of good items in the Ring of Law. And that's something I haven't tried yet. I mean, I honestly haven't run with a lot of spell power, but spell power is something that you definitely need to be. And if you even want to have any notion or any dreams of tanking any raids, you're definitely going to need some spell power. And what you're going to want to do is drop, you know, swap out some spell power things if you can, maybe weapons. What else do we need? You just want to make sure that when you are dropping your consecrate, your first like high level consecrate or pretty high level consecrate, depending on how high you want to use, what rank you want to use, that you use your spell power items, and that'll help you, you know, get a lot of threat.
Lovely. You were screwed.
I very well might be. So, we're like... I mean, we were able to kill 4 pretty easily. I don't know, I might be able to go 5. Pulling 5 mobs and see how we do. Ooh, the rune cloth. Pretty good. I hope I can loot some... hope I start looting some juice, blueberry juice and some morning glory, because I'm going to run out of mana pretty fast. Alright, so... let's get our undead tracking on. We shouldn't have as much problem. Being that it's 3:40 a.m., we shouldn't have as much of an issue trying to find, you know... Should be easier getting pulls. You know, we should have that means me go farm because it is pretty late on server time.
Lovely.
So we're really using Holy Shield extensively right now. It's just really one of our best sorts of damages right now. We don't, you know, we pretty much need it. With that, between Consecrate, Holy Shield, and Blessing of Sanctuary, you know, we're looking at pretty good DPS.
Lovely.
It's nice getting that sword right there right off the bat, because that's going to help pay for a lot of my repair bill. I mean, just killing these mobs, I'll see that, you know, I'll be, you know, I'll generate like a 60 silver to a gold or more repair bill. No, we're getting the food, but I really want to, come on, I want to get some mana drink. I don't want to have to spend too much money. I mean, I don't want to have to blow through my mana too fast. We've got plenty of buff food. We've got the poached sunseal scan. We got the cooked white glassfish. We do have some explosives here. I think this is shift. Yeah, it's this one. So let's put this in here. I'd like to have this on a better keybind. We don't need this. Shift R is what I prefer. I don't know what Shift C is. Looks like I've unkeybound that. So let's go key bindings, and we're gonna see where Shift R is. Bottom left. Let's do Shift C. Okay, sweet. That got accidentally unbound at some point. Okay, we'll use that for our explosives. We're going to throw up Blessing of Sanctuary. And we can do a pretty big ass pull over here, but I don't want to get my ass whooped. I think we can do 5. Here's 1. There's just so many here. I got to be careful.
Lovely.
See, this is way too many.
Lovely.
This is way too many.
Lovely. You were screwed.
Yes. Alright, let's go ahead and bubble. This is too many. What was that? I think that was 6. I think... yeah, 6 is definitely too... might even be 7.
Lovely.
You know? Okay, good. We canceled out the bomb. Yeah, that was biting off more than I can chew. Hey, what's up, Bannon? Now, give me a few more levels. You know, give me my axe that, give me my axe with life stealing and get me up to like level 424, and I could easily pull that. But right now, that's too much. So, and I wasn't trying to pull that many. That was actually, I really like. I should probably keep my pulls to like around, you know, maybe 4. I think 4 is a good number right now.
You were screwed. Lovely.
So those lovelies are my chest piece, my true silver chest piece healing me. Let's go ahead and clear the damage meter, and we can start looking at the numbers. I mean, when you're really running the Paladin, we really need to be careful, you know, and try to see what we can do. Let's throw down a bomb, and after that lands, we'll go ahead and put in maybe like a couple flashlights. Actually, that's fine. But if you watch me, if you guys have been watching the video, does listening, life stealing does not scale with spell power. I don't believe. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure it does not scale with spell power. So what you're gonna see with life stealing is it's, you know, you're gonna get like, yeah, let me kill this guy. You're gonna see yourself get, I think it's life stealing. I think it's 30. If you look at my channel, there's a video. It's called oh, what did I call it? I'm trying to remember what I called that video. There was a video where I basically demoed what it's like to have the one-handed axe that I'm going to grab in BRD with life stealing on it, and how much heals I was getting, you know, with that kind of combination. And it showed how much life stealing. I think life stealing is only 30 life steal every time you hit. But the thing is, it procs a lot. You know, I mean, it procs. Trust me, it procs like a lot. Give me a second. Like, right, I'm gonna look at my channel right real quick. Actually, what I'll do is I'm gonna change OBS here so you guys can see it, and we'll go ahead and take a look. Okay, so let me go to OBS. We're gonna create a display capture. Okay, so now you should see the browser. Let's open up my YouTube site, and if we do a search on my YouTube site, and we search for, oh, the light. Let's just search for the light. This is it. I have a video called Fear the Light, Who Needs Healers? All right. And let's see. Let's do another one. That was. Look at getting right here +4. And if you notice the heals I'm getting right here, +49. See the +30 there? That's life stealing. +30. Okay, so if you notice here, with like one swing, basically, I've got a +45, a +49, a +49, and a +30. The plus 30 is life stealing. The plus 45 is the one-hand axe that I have. What's up, Cleedon? Yeah, you can see my gear in 1 second. And the plus 49s, I think, are just, you know, my light. We're not going to see two plus 49s because on the private servers, you could proc your Seal of Light heal off of your swing. And then the righteous, the extra righteous holy damage would also have a chance to proc your heal. So in this case, my righteous damage from the Seal of Righteousness and my weapon swing generated a heal because my target was judged with light, Seal of Light. So that was two heals. Then the 49 heal was my axe. So my axe healed me for 45. The 30 is life stealing. And that's what I'm demonstrating in this video. Now we're only gonna have 3 heals instead of 4. But you'll see here though, I'm gonna mute this. You'll see that the 30, that's the Seal of Light heals, Seal of Light. You know, I've also got the Skull Flame Shield. If you see any heals that come through with 35, that would be Skull Flame Shield. 30, 49. 30 was the life steal again. 35 right there is the Skull Flame Shield. Okay, so, but anyways, you can take a look at that video where I kind of talk about it. Hopefully you guys could see that. I didn't click OK on the hopefully you guys saw that. Anyways, I'm going to remove the display capture, and we're going to go back to my recording of the video game capture. So, anyways, yeah. So my gear is not super great. It's not. Did you see that, Vannon? I hope you saw that. Because when I did the display capture, I forgot to click the OK button or something. Hopefully you saw that. But I don't believe that life skilling does scale. But when I was in that video that I was showing, I didn't really have any kind of plus spell power. So that's something I have to test. I have seen, one thing that I've really seen that's really interesting is that the True Silver Breastplate is supposed to heal you for 60 to 100. Well, I've seen that I've been getting procs off the chest piece for a lot more than that. So, and one of the reasons I know that is because I have the MSVT set up to give me to trigger this right here. This trigger right here is basically self-healing. So when my chest procs the heal, it's called self-healing. Okay? So when that comes up, I know, I can see it, and I've seen heals coming through that are much higher than than the 60 to 100. That's why I hope that the Demon Forged breastplate is better than what it says it is, because it says it heals you for, I think, 130. So I'm hoping it will heal even higher than 130. As far as my gear's not super great. It's okay. Plate of Fist of Huku is good. Level 40 blue. Level 50 Glorious Belt of the Bear, which I just equipped when I hit level. Well, I just equipped it recently. Revenant Leggings, level 47. Basically I stack all stamina strength. Alabaster Plate Greaves again, strength stamina. And you can see I've got shitty enchants, plus one stamina. I've got the Mason's Fraternity Ring, which is a Zulfaric quest reward. I think the Divinity Rod, or whatever it's called, that rod. It's good because the 13 agility obviously gives you a lot of dodge. So if you look at my dodge right now, you're talking, where's that? Dodge. Block. There it is. So 6.47. Well, if I get rid of my ring, it drops down to 5 point. So you're getting like 0.8, or 0.8 something extra. It's almost like a full 1% dodge. So I like it. The other ring is Ring of the Saviors. I actually got this for fairly cheap. I got this ring for for me, I got it. I think I spent like 40 gold on it, but it was totally worth it for 40 gold. 14 stamina, 8 spirit. Plus, I got it around level 41, so it's still useful at 51. So to get a ring that's lasts 10 levels, and to me is still a really good ring. It's still, even right at level 51, this is still a great ring. And I've got it keybound here. And on that last fight, I actually did proc it, so against all those skeletons. I've got the Black Skull Shield, and of course I got the Mithril Shield Spike. You have to have Shield Spikes if you're going to run Protection Paladin AoE. You've got to have a Shield Spike. So it's just mandatory. So this Black Skull Shield is a really good shield. I've had this since level 41 as well. It's still good. It's still good. Usually I run the Black Skull Shield until I get the Skull Flame Shield. I kind of, it's good enough to last that long, but the Skull Flame Shield's been too expensive. But I'm working on trying to make gold, but it's been tough. I got it pretty much as a Viking Warhammer. It's nice because of the 11 stamina, 5 strength, so the stats on it are good. It does decent damage. You're not going to do much damage as a Protection Paladin. That's the really big downfall of a Protection Paladin. And the bracers are pretty shitty right now. I need to replace these. There's some ones I've seen in the auction house that are much higher armor, some blue ones basically. True Silver Breastplate, which is pretty much, again, I think it's mandatory for Protection Paladin AoE build. At level 44, you're not going to get a better chest piece than this because of that self-heal that it procs. It procs fairly frequently. The cape's pretty much a piece of shit. It's not that great. It's got agility for dodge, which is pretty good, and it's got some stamina. So it's not horrible, but it's not great. The Big Bad Paladin is from Zulfark, which is really, really good. You definitely want to get these. This is going to be at level 45. These are your best in slot at 45. The Lifeblood Amulet I got from Zulfark as well. You know, obviously 13 stamina. The South Sea Headbutt is a quest that you get over at Steam Needle Port in Tanaris. So make sure you do this because the 15 stamina, the 4 defense, this is really a really nice item to get around level, like level 41 again, level 41. So, yeah. So that's pretty much what I have. It's not super great gear, but it's not like horrible gear either. Luckily right now we're seeing that there's not a lot of people. Ah, shit. You want to take out the ghouls first. When you're doing these pulls, you have to focus on the ghouls. Because of... Shit, and I've hit the wrong target. Damn it. I'm talking, not paying attention. But you got to kill the ghouls first because of the poison that they do. So... This poison right here, you got to cleanse that because it leaches your mana, and you just cannot have that happen. You can't have them leech your mana. I would recommend even hammering these guys, just to, you know. I judged 3 different times. I totally screwed up on the pull here. So we got 4 mobs right here. We can even throw in like some explosions. I mean, I highly recommend going, you know, engineering when you are a AoE protection paladin.
You were screwed. Lovely.
That lovely is my internal. So you see that healed me for 96.
Lovely.
And there it healed me for 92. So you see it vary.
You were screwed.
Right? You see that varying. And it says it'll heal me for 60 to 100. So we've seen a 92 and a 96. Sometimes we'll see it go higher though, higher than 100. So it's interesting. I think the highest I've ever seen is like 130.
You were screwed. Lovely.
There's 93.
You were screwed.
Yeah, but no problem, dude. No problem, Clayton. Yeah, so I mean, it's right now. I forgot how great Holy Shield was. Right now we're level 51. We could basically stay here at Sorrow Hill all the way to 60. We don't even have to do quests. We can literally just stay here and kill these mobs all the way to 60. And it's pretty much, I plan on spending a lot. I'm not going to level from here all the way to 60, but I do plan on spending a significant amount of time leveling here. Because it's just easy. It's the way I like to level. I actually like to level via killing mobs, believe it or not. I find it a lot more relaxing. And you'll get. I mean, we're going to get a ton of rune cloth. You can see we've already got a couple of these guys. So we've already made 1.2 gold just off these item drops. Here's another 30 silver. So we're at 1.5 gold. Here's another. Here's 2 gold. We already made 2 gold just off the gray items. Now rune cloth, we're going to get a shit ton of rune cloth, which is nice. And we're also going to get. They drop the superior mana potions and the major healing. So we'll start stocking up on some of those healing potions, which is nice. Let's just kill these 2 real quick because I don't want to, since I already judged this guy with light, I don't want to waste mana by swapping. So what I'm going to do here, we'll throw up this and this. We're going to throw up we're going to throw up the Righteous, seal the Righteous. That way we can weapon swap to our 2-hand. And get a few Reckoning procs with 2-hand, hopefully. Judge, refresh. Now this Bathing Light was actually my bubble proc off of my 2-hand weapon, so I'm not going to change the 2-hand weapon until the bubble drops, which it dropped right there. We're going to go ahead and judge Wisdom, throw Wisdom back up, and we're going to switch to Blessing of Wisdom. We're just going to try to regen a little bit of mana. So there's a method to my madness, I mean, believe it or not, there is a method to my madness. You can see there when I swapped. Did you see that? How I got back up to full mana? So, I threw Blessing Wisdom up and threw judged wisdom and threw seal of wisdom up, and I was able to pretty much get back to full mana. Now we're going to swap back to Sanctuary here, and we're going to try to pull. We just want to pull 4 mobs. Anything more than 4 is not really good. So we're going to judge the ghoul with light. We're going to throw up wisdom, and then we're going to use Holy Shield, and we're going to throw up the highest level consecrate, and then I'm going to hammer. I'm going to hodge the ghoul, and now we're just basically in kind of an auto attack mode. And we'll just swap the Judge of Light to the next turn. Now we got to clear the poison.
Lovely.
When he throws that poison, you got to clear it right away. Now see, that heal was only 63 for the chest piece. We're seeing we're getting a lot of Reckoning procs.
Lovely.
Now we do a lot more damage with now because of the Holy Shield. Because the Holy Shield is going to help us proc Reckoning a lot more. So. And now when it's saying Bathed in Light, that's just basically me throwing up my Holy Shield. That's why these blue blocks on the left side are coming up all the time, is because I'm throwing up that Holy Shield, which increases my chance to block by 30%. Now we're almost out of mana, so we're going to swap to Blessing of Wisdom, which means our damage is going to go down, unfortunately.
Lovely.
There's 2
double
chest heals of 72, so that was 144 healing right there off the chest piece. She said, I'm screwed. We can do this. We can go ahead and judge this guy, or kill this guy. Let's throw in Seal the Righteousness, and we're just going to go ahead and swap to my 2-hand judge, throw Righteous back up, and then we'll throw in Exorcism to finish him off. But that's pretty much kind of the rotation we'll be using right now. And it's nice, too, to kind of swap to Blessing Wisdom for the last mob, because you're going to throw in a few heals to try to top yourself off a little bit, and then you're going to go drink. And when you're drinking, you want Blessing Wisdom to be up, so that you're getting that additional mana regen while you're sitting and drinking. So I would say right now, a no rest time to go from where I am right now, 2.5 bars in, all the way to level 52 would take me about 3 hours. If I just stayed here and just kept doing what I'm doing for about 3 hours, maybe 2.5, I'll get to 52. A lot of people would say, oh my god, that's insane, that's crazy. And yeah, I could do it faster by doing quests, but I actually like doing it this way. Alright, we're just going to try to grab 4 guys. Let's be conservative. We'll judge this one, and then we'll just hit this guy over here.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
All those chests there. There was an 84 chest heal there.
You were screwed.
I very well
Lovely. Lovely.
A couple more chest heals.
You were screwed.
I don't think so. Now I'm going to swap to Blessing of Wisdom. The Righteous on, swap to my 2-hand weapon, Judge Righteous. I'll finish him off with my 2-hand weapon. And of course, we're going to be getting good Argent Dawn reputation as well doing this, because we're going to be getting a ton of the minion Scourge Stones, right? So it's a good rep grind as well. Also, you want to, if you're a miner like I am, I'll run over here because there's a mining node that spawns. That spawns over here, so I'm just gonna run up here and get a heal in, make sure that, so there's a, it spawns over there sometimes and sometimes over here. But yeah, we really need to do BRD, but I just don't think I have good enough gear right now. If I have a really good healer and a really good group, it wouldn't be a problem, but you never know what you're going to get. Be careful here. I don't want to get too many on this bull. I'm just going to try to get these guys. Let's just go for 3 right now. Let's be a little conservative here.
Lovely.
Again, when you've got a ghoul in your pool, I like to hodge them, just to kind of reduce the amount of you know, poisons he might throw on you, because you're burning mana from cleansing these damn poisons that he hits you with. So. And since I had refreshed Seal of Wisdom there, you're okay to judge the target with Wisdom. Just then you can just throw up Seal of Light, and which is probably what I should be doing anyway. Because when I hit a target with Seal Light up, I actually get 76 heals. So that's something I've always wanted to really play around with. You see, you know, 70, 75 heal, 76. So that's actually higher heals than when I have the target judged. So that's pretty interesting. Now we can judge him with that. Now if I throw up Wisdom, if you take a look, now my heal's only 49. So if we're hitting with Wisdom, you know, it's... But then I'm not going to probably get as much mana, you know, Wisdom regen, so... So 4. I mean, how much mana are we getting? So let's take a look. So melee attacks have a chance to restore 71 mana. So the problem with... So it's kind of a, you know, it's really a... Which one do you want? Do you want more mana coming back, or do you want more health coming back, you know? So... Now he's PvP's flagged, see?
Lovely.
Shit, I'm out of mana already almost. We're gonna have to go to Wisdom, unfortunately.
You were screwed. Lovely.
Now at this point I could swap. I could go ahead and judge Wisdom and throw on Seal of Light to increase my amount of healing I'm getting. But I'm missing, and not hitting the target doesn't help much.
Lovely.
But yeah, mana is the crutch of the Paladin. I mean, mana is a crutch for Paladins. As you can see there, when I have no mana, I really can't do much of anything. It's a pretty dangerous proposition. Yeah, I'm losing lost all my buffs here, so. You can see once all my buffs dropped off, it felt like I was just taking a lot more damage and wasn't as effective. Another thing we could do, I mean, if we get a little bit higher level, we can go to, we can go to Fellwood and get the Songflower buff. We can try to get some different things. Get yourself the dragon, the Rally Cry of the Dragon Slayer buff and Stormwind. If you get a couple additional buffs like that, then you come over here and farm. That's going to help you quite a bit as well. A lot of these scrolls are just really low-level, crappy scrolls, but they're better than nothing, so let's go ahead and do that. All right. Unfortunately, we've got what looks like a mage pulling all our mobs, so... Yeah, you're always going to be fighting with mages over here, unfortunately. I hate mages. I mean, I like mages, but man, they can ruin... If you want to AoE farm on a paladin, mages can really ruin things for you, Because they'll come over here and fuck everything up. Well, that's a 60 mage. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what?
Lovely.
I can use rank... Well, right now I'm using rank 1 Consecrate. If I use rank 2 Consecrate, I'm going to a hell of a lot faster. So, maybe you thought I was using high-level Consecrate. I'm using rank 1 Consecrate right now. So, also, thank you for mentioning Slodic. The other thing that I did was... Rank 2 Holy Shield. Try having Seal Wisdom judged and Seal... Yeah, I was wondering about that. Seal Wisdom judged and then using Seal Light. Now, Seal Light obviously is going to give me more healing. As you saw, it's like 76 versus like 45. But what you did mention, which is... I'm glad you mentioned it, is I was going to go... When I got Holy Shield, I was out here and I got it. But I haven't went and trained, so I don't even have Holy Shield rank 2. So, let's let these buffs drop off and then we'll head back and we'll train. I forgot to actually train Holy Shield. I'm not sure if it's just rank 2 or even rank 3. I might even have higher ranks. But let's go ahead and judge Wisdom. Here we can judge Wisdom. We can throw Light up. We got actually Consecrate rank 3 I've been using as well. And what other one? Let's throw up Consecrate rank 2. That's the one thing is you have to play around with, and I'm glad you said that, Slodic. You have to play around with different... different ranks, and just try to figure out what you can get away with.
Lovely.
Where the hell's my Consecrate? It should be here. We'll try putting in rank 2.
Lovely.
So here I'm judging, like you said, I've got... But this, I mean, even though it's just one mob, that's the rotation you're mentioning. So now we've got Consecrate rank 2. We got them judged with them. We got Seal of Light up. And, of course, we can use Holy Shield whenever we want. So this would be kind of like the rotation you're talking about, Slodic. You alternate Wisdom and Light as I'm working my way through the mobs. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, too. That's another thing is if you don't want to waste mana, you can rotate them. And I mentioned that in one of my videos even like a month ago. Is you can basically see, currently I don't have anything up, but we can do Wisdom on the first mob. Throw up Light, and then once this mob drops, we can just go ahead and judge the next mob with Light, and then throw up Wisdom. So that's something you can do as well. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that's cool about the Paladin is there's you know there's a lot of options, right? You're pulling 5 or 6. Well, you're doing better than me. I can pull 5 of the flares, but if I pull more than 5, I think I'd probably have trouble. But actually, maybe not, because with the light, with the seal light up, you're definitely going to be doing more heals, right?
Lovely.
I mean, you can see here, I pulled what? I had 4? Did I have 4 or just 3? I think I just had 3. No. We'll see. But here I can just go ahead and judge light, which is what Vannon was saying. Just rotate the judgments. But yeah, this fight went pretty easily. How many do I have? Yeah, it was just 3 though, so. Let's go ahead and just man up real quick. You hold off Holy Shield unless Redoubt is up, so it isn't wasted. Yeah. You can do that as well. I usually just toss it in there. If Redoubt's not up, I'll toss it in. If Redoubt's up already. But remember, if you proc Redoubt and then you throw in Holy Shield, your block's going to go up to 60 as opposed to 30. They do stack, right? So it's not like you're not really wasting it, right? They should stack. So let's see if I go in here. So Redoubt's up, right? Because I heard it proc. So my block right now is well, no, it's not up. Okay, now it's up. My block's at 35%, right? Now it's gone already. Yeah, he knocked it off too fast. I'm trying to wait for it to come up again. Alright, so it's at 30. Now it's at 60. See that? So you're not wasting it by throwing it up. I mean, your block's going to be 60%. So it's not really a waste. But yeah, I mean, if you have 30-some% block, you're going to proc a lot of Redoubt here. Plus, it does that you do more damage with Holy Shield. So I don't think you really need to be worrying about using Holy Shield that much. I rotated my judgments here just because I want to kill them. Doesn't really matter, but yeah, I mean, yeah, those are all good points, guys. I mean, they're all good points. Well, the thing is, one thing. The Holy Shield, remember, you're going to do more damage, right? Christian has to block and deals 65 holy damage for each attack blocked. So, I mean, you're going to, if you use Holy Shield, you're going to kill the mobs a lot faster. But yeah, you're going to use more mana. But I actually do like using it because I like getting them down quicker. I'd rather sit and drink up than just get back to full mana and get on to the next pull than take longer to kill them. I don't know. It really, honestly, I don't think it really is a big difference between the two. It's like, with the Holy Shield, you're going to go through mana faster, but you're going to kill faster. Without it, it's going to take a little bit longer. So, that, I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, they probably, aren't that big a difference. And I kind of screwed up and judged light here because I'm so used to judging light first. I hate that I don't have this one tagged.
Lovely.
Now we're so low on mana, I'm just going to go ahead and throw up Wisdom. But I could watch Redoubt and just throw up Holy Shield only when Redoubt's not really up. I don't know. Like here, like you said, Redoubt's not up. If I throw up Holy Shield, hopefully we can start getting some blocks in here. Or we can just throw on my two-hand weapon and dump them with a two-hand weapon. Can do that too. And I think it's a lot of it is just your playstyle, what you like. Some things may be a little bit better than others, but it's a lot of it really comes down to what, you know, kind of like your playstyle. But yeah, I haven't seen you, but I don't know if I've ever seen you on my channel before, Slodic. Maybe. Your image looks kind of familiar. I screwed it up again. Yeah, you're right. You probably don't need Holy Shield when I have this many, because, you know, Redoubt is proccing constantly.
Lovely. You were screwed.
Now I'm so low on mana, I'm not gonna really. Okay, yeah, I haven't.
Lovely.
I might have seen you before. Appreciate you checking it out. Like I said, I'm no expert on the Paladin, but I really like Protection Paladin AOE. I think I should have swapped out to Wisdom. But yeah, I mean, I love playing this way. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a pretty interesting. I think you just like even just in talking in chat with you guys. I mean, you can see there's so many different options you have. You know.
Lovely. Yeah, I'll blow through these buffs that I have, 18 minutes, then I'll head back to town and I'll get the higher level rank of Holy Shield. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to get to level 52 and try to do BRD. And the way the gold, man, it's just been difficult, you know, to get the gear that I like. Like on a private server, because I've leveled up a couple Protection Paladins to 60 on private servers, and I would have already had the Skullflame Shield. You know, I would have already been watching the prices, although it was a little bit later in the game, you know, like I always take my time leveling. I'm not a fast leveler, but I could level fast if I wanted to, but I get bored of playing the same character for, you know, 2 weeks or a week, and I'll usually create some alts, and I also like to take advantage of rest time as well, you know, so. And so I like to, you know, I'll swap over and level some other characters and stuff. Lovely.
You can see just having to do the cleanses sucks. I hate having to cleanse, but, you know, you have to on these guys. Yeah, but you're right. Hey, Slodic, you're definitely right. I can tell that by leaving Seal of Light up, my health. I mean, look at my health. It's like it never went below like 90% hardly. So
course, I ran out of mana way too fast because I had to throw in about 4 cleanses. I think 3 cleanses. And Keith, was your original build on the private servers just not as viable on Classic? I would say that my private server build...
Lovely.
Well, I mean... Well, let's talk about the build, right? Here, and let me do something here in a second as well, because I kind of would like to talk about it, because that's a good question, I think. So again, let me go into OBS, and we're gonna throw up. We're gonna add a display capture, and now if we go to like a vanilla talent calculator, so if you look at the build that I used on the private servers, and I'll show you what it was. Keep in mind that you don't have the Goblin Bomb Dispenser. No. And I've never used that, Slotix. So what is the Goblin Bomb Dispenser? Is this the right link? Hold on a second. I guess it is Classic DB. Yeah, I guess it is. I don't remember those ads being on the sides. Goblin Bomb Dispenser. I have Goblin Engineering, right? I mean, let's see. Creates a mobile bomb that charges the nearest enemy, explodes it. It's a trinket. No, I am Goblin Engineering because I'm Gnomish Engineering, I think, maybe. Yeah, see, Gnomish. I go Gnomish Engineering for the Gnomish Death Ray. Yeah, 30 minutes though. Yeah, I like the Gnomish Death Ray for PvP purposes. So I usually go Gnomish, that's why I don't have it, and that's probably why I've never used it. I've always gone Gnomish Death Ray. But if you look at my private server build would have looked like this, would have been, now this is a private server tanking build, not full, you know, AoE. There, that's my private server build. You can get it with any? Oh, okay, cool. I'll look into getting that Slottic. It looks like it's pretty decent. But again, Gnomish Death Ray is good too. And it's a 30-minute free kill or free. It looked like it did pretty good damage. But this is the build I did on private servers now. And keep in mind, on the private servers, I could proc Reckoning just by sitting. So, you know, this build, you know, works out fine. I like this build because you get 4% deflection, plus you're getting all 5 points in anticipation and toughness. Some people are like, well, anticipation is one of the worst skills because you put 5 talent points, you're only getting 10. You know, 10. Think you have to have 25 defense to get 1%, right? So 25 defensive points will give you 1% block, 1% parry, 1% dodge, I guess. So you know, 10 doesn't even give you 1%. I mean, it's what is it? 0.2% per point, I think. So, or 0.02, 0.4, 0.04 or 0.4 or 0.04. I don't know. I gotta look it up. But anyways, I think it's 25 points is 1%. So yeah, so anticipation is kind of a shitty skill, but you don't have a whole lot of options. But this is the build I ran. It was a pretty good build. Now the build I'm running now is because I've never tried Reckoning until Classic. Everybody's like, oh, you should do Reckoning, you should do Reckoning. Well, I never really messed around with Reckoning until now. And so now what I've got is this. My build right now is this is what I have right now. The biggest difference is obviously I have Reckoning. And now Reckoning is certainly good. There's people that you can go to Wreck Troy's videos on how to try to proc Reckoning on Classic, but it's so clunky and janky, and I hate it, and I don't like it. And also, he's creating macros that's making him constantly sit to build Reckoning charges, and it doesn't always work, and it's kind of RNG. And of course, every time he's doing that, he's taking all this massive crit damage. And you have to realize if I'm killing 5 mobs at a time and I'm sitting, I'm going to be taking a shit ton of crits. So I'm just going to get my ass killed. So it's not really very useful for the way I like to play. So, but Reckoning, you can see when I'm playing, you see Reckoning's proccing all the time. I've got the trigger in MKS. Which there's the Thunderbreeze Boot Flask. Where do I get that from, Slodic? Let me know or I'll look it up. But anyways, so really this build I think is a better build than my previous one. I think Reckoning is definitely worth getting. You know, I'm seeing it proc all the time. Now let's go back and get rid of the display capture. Okay. And let's go ahead and, but yeah, I mean, I think Reckoning, and you'll see, watch, even just during this build, you're going to see that, well, I screwed that up. Damn it. So when I talk, I screw shit up.
Lovely.
See there, you can see Reckoning. I've got a trigger that tells me every time Reckoning procs. There, procs. So in this battle so far, we've had 3 Reckoning procs.
Lovely.
And there's another one. But you're going to see, I mean, Reckoning really isn't as good as you would think. Like, if you watch Reckoning proc, it really depends on where my swing meter is. It just completes the current swing, like, you know, so here 2 hits. So you see the Reckoning affects different things, and we'll look at the damage meter here in a second. Let's take a look at it, but... Okay, let's swap to Righteousness and just judge this guy with Righteousness with my 2-hand weapon. But what's interesting, and I don't fully know for sure how accurate this is a recount, but if we look at the damage, now what you're going to see in here is you're going to see melee Reckoning. See that? So these are like additional Reckoning procs they're doing, but I don't see it right now, but a lot of times I see stuff like Ret Aura Reckoning, like I see Reckoning in parentheses around other things. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but we saw Sanctuary, like when this text was scrolling, I saw 2 Sanctuary hits. So I see a lot of weird stuff. So it's a level 40-ish trinket. Yeah, so, but Reckoning it doesn't work exactly as the tooltip. It's not like every time I get Reckoning, I get 2 swings. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes I'll be this far into my swing, and Reckoning procs, and it just completes this swing. So it basically takes a swing that was going to take like however long, I don't know, 1.5 seconds, and made it take 0.5 seconds. So yeah, I'm getting more swings in. It wasn't a completely free swing. It wasn't like it finished this swing, and then it wasn't like it immediately hit. So it basically immediately hits finishing the swing you're on. So if you just start a swing and Reckoning procs, boom, yeah, it's like getting a free swing. But if it's like maybe halfway through and Reckoning procs, then you get half of a free swing. You know what I mean? But I've seen other weird stuff where it looks like it's proccing extra double damage on certain other abilities, like my Retribution Aura. So it's one of those things that I'm not exactly 100% sure how Reckoning really works. It's weird. It's definitely a weird ability, and it's very janky. And then if you try to throw into on top of all of that,
Lovely.
if you throw it on top of that, trying to create some weird macros to stop attack and sit and stand and start auto attack and all that stuff to try to proc Reckoning, it just becomes kind of a pain in the butt. Not very effective. Yeah, this rotation works better. You're right, Slavic. Or Slodic, you're actually correct. I am using Consecration rank 2. You have to look at the mana of it. I mean, this is what, mana 235. So if you take a look, let's go ahead and judge this guy with Wisdom. And we'll throw up Righteous. And we're just going to weapon swap here, right? Swap. You saw there the swing. Well, you notice when Reckoning procs, it's just like a finish, right? All right, I think we're close enough. I really would like to just go learn the Holy Shield. So let's, oh, what's the fastest way to do this? Probably best just to fly to Ironforge. I'm trying to think what's going to save me time. It's probably about the same. Yeah, I know. I thought about getting the Hanzo blade, Slottic. Man, I got a lot of mobs following me here.
Lovely. You were screwed.
A lot of mobs. Yeah, well, the other thing too is like if you look at like so if I I'll see if I can get enough mana going here. Do I have wisdom up? Yeah. So I've got light judge. So if I throw a righteousness here and I weapon swap, right? Weapon swap, I get 60 damage with my righteous tick, right? Weapon swap. So if you're doing on single targets, weapon swapping, we can do more damage by increasing our righteousness tick. And so obviously having a faster attack, speed weapon in your one-handed shield setup will allow you to weapon swap more often. So which means you're going to, increase your damage. Also, faster attack weapon is going to give me more chances to heal, as you know. So, yeah, so I definitely have faster weapon. I think the weapon I have is, I don't know if it's 2.2, 2.4, so it's pretty slow. Now you also the slot. You do have to remember that having a slightly slower weapon is going to have bigger crits. So you're going to do more. I don't know if I'd say you do more damage. You probably won't do more damage because of the righteousness, but I'm not really using righteous in these pulls. We're judging wisdom, like you said, and we're throwing up light. So it's more about probably heals. I think to me the most important thing for me, and maybe you guys can give me your opinions, but the most important thing really for me is getting as many heals coming back to me. Getting as many heals as coming back and mitigating as much damage as I can. So that's why I go more towards the life stealing, the weapon that's got the internal heal on it, the internal proc to proc healing. I mean, those things are going to make me be able to tank and AoE more mobs at once. And that's the end goal for this build, is I want to be able to have as many mobs on me as possible and still come out on top. Yeah, exactly. Most of the damage is coming from AoE. I mean, it really is. It's coming from your block. It's coming from Holy Shield. It's coming from Consecration, Dragon Breath Chili, fucking Dynamite Explosives. I mean, that's another reason why you go engineering, is so you can have explosives and stuff. You can toss those things out. There's a lot of, it's really all those types of sources. You can get Oil of Immolation, We can get the Masterwork Stormhammer, which procs lightning in front of me, and a cone in front of me, which is something we can think about doing. Of course, you would need a blacksmith with Master Hammersmith to actually craft that for yourself. And of course, again, the Skullflame Shield we need, and then later on when you get the MC Molten Core recipe, engineering recipe for the engineering shields, you proc, lightning everywhere. So, yeah, for sure. But thanks for the tip, Slavic. I think Slavic, and I'd actually thought about that. I think 2 days ago, I'd always judge light and throw it up wisdom, and I never really thought, well, how much life do I get with seal up or seal judge? And so I looked at it yesterday and said, oh, I'm getting actually a lot more healing. And the reason I would usually judge light first is because I'd be throwing up Seal of Righteousness, which means I'm going to be doing a lot more damage. So when I was leveling up in the private servers, I was judging light and throwing up Righteous, and just, throwing up, low-level Consecrates and having, Blessing of Sanctuary. But I mean, honestly, I'm not a huge min-maxer. I don't sit there. I mean, I look at the numbers. Like, I go through and I look at my damage. I look at my healing a lot more. That's why typically when you look at my damage meter here, it's usually turned on healing done, because I'm really inspecting these numbers. This, you see this is an absorb. So I'm really looking at this stuff. Yeah, this is my chest in the True Silver Breastplate healing. And the health regeneration is my Poached Sunsail Scammon. So, but yeah, yeah, and that's so really, like you saw, like it's a lot of you go doing your way, which is good. I could actually definitely take on more mobs and have more heal. You know, my life would I'd have more health. So, but once I get the one-hand axe out of BRD and get the lifestealing enchant on that, that's going to give me 2 more sources of healing. And the one thing to notice is Keith. I think Keith is asking about what's the difference. You don't judge CD only on mob dies with seal on it. I just judge to make sure that he's got. You don't judge on cooldown, only when the mob dies. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Usually I normally won't judge on the cooldown, but if I was really low on mana and the mob I'm killing is like got to 20% health left, I may refresh the Seal of Wisdom. Just because if I'm really low on mana, I need the mana. So it just depends. It depends. But yeah, you're right. I wouldn't bother, because the mob's usually going to die. Even if it fell off, he's going to die anyway. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that. And I took my macro out because that was throwing up my carrot, because it was just. It works, but if you ever kind of get knocked off your mount, it can kind of screw things up. And I didn't want it to screw up swapping my trinket, my Mark of the Chosen on, or my Agent Darn Commissioning, so I want to make sure that I had that up at all times when I'm killing. So I was making sure I was getting all the minion Scourge Stones I could possibly get. Here, look. Take a look at the stream. So we're 1 hour and 37 minutes. And obviously, I'm not leveling optimally because I'm constantly talking to you guys and stopping and doing stuff. So I'm not leveling quickly at all, because I'm really having fun talking to you guys and trying to learn more about what might work, what might not work. I'm always constantly looking for better ways to efficiently AoE, basically. See, now this price is really shitty. So the price on the Knife and Suit looks like it's kind of gone down a little bit. Let's just... Yeah, 3 gold. I was selling it last week, and I was selling for about 3.6. So the price has definitely gone down. Okay, 166 gold. I missed the headpiece here. If you're going Eagle, it's Strength Intellect. You're going to miss out on stamina. I don't... I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't do that, but I mean, the biggest reason for me... I mean, the bigger mana pool is going to be nice, but for, like, tanking in instances... I mean, you're going to have a lot less health, so you're not going to be able to stay alive as long in dungeons if you're tanking. I mean, having more mana, yeah, you're going to do more damage and stuff, but... Oh, it's stamina. Oh, you're right, stamina int. Okay. Oh, so you're just not going to... Okay, well, the difference there then is you don't have the strength for your block or your shield block, so you're not going to be able to absorb as much damage. So when you block, you're not going to be able to block as much damage. And of course, you're not going to hit as hard, but that's not... It's not really... That's not that important. If it wasn't for the fact that strength pushed up the damage, the amount of damage I block, I would definitely go Eagle. But I've never really looked at how much extra damage does it block. You know what I mean? And if you go Eagle, then if you're going to go Eagle, then you might as well go. You might as well at that point almost go Divine Intellect, right? Because you don't. If you're going to go Divine Intellect, Divine Strength, I would definitely go whichever one based on what gear you're stacking. If you're stacking Int, I would go Divine Intellect. Because 10% on a. If you look at my current pool, right? Since I'm stacking Strength, look at my Intellect is 60. So do I want 10% of, what is it, 10%? Do I want 10% of 60, which is 6 intellect? Or do I want 10% stamina? So you guys think, okay, so if you guys are going Eagle, are you then going Divine Intellect? I'm assuming you are. And I've always wanted to try it. I just have never done it. Okay. I've always wanted to try that. And I've talked to a lot of people who've said that. And even the original guide that made me want to play this way, it was called it was a AoE prop paladin tank, like leveling tanking, like playing guide. And the guy, he went I'm pretty sure he went Divine Intellect in that particular guide. Actually, he might have gone Strength. I can't remember. It's been so long. But here we got Holy Shield rank 2. 95 holy damage. So, and it's cheap as hell. It's probably even another one. Oh, it's just the one? Oh, that sucks. Well, to go Eagle then would be something we could do, but I mean I'd have to respec, and it'd take a while to kind of flip my build around to do that. I think what we should do is take a look at how much damage am I blocking now, and then try setting up the build with the intellect and Eagle, and then see how much damage I block then. But yeah, I mean, obviously more mana would be great. How much mana? Hey, are either of you guys level 60, or what level are you guys? I'd be curious how much mana you actually do have. Oh my god, my inventory is such a disaster. Yeah, we don't need all these iron bars. I'm not even doing here. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. You're at 46 and you have around 2,600 mana? Yeah, see, that's a lot of mana, dude. Well, I definitely would definitely make my pulls a lot easier, because you saw there when I was using Seal of Light, I was judging Wisdom and leaving Seal of Light up. I was easily able to stay, health-wise, stay up. If I had more mana, I could use higher ranks of... You know, I could use Consecration rank 3. I mean, it's not that much more mana, 235. As far as my gear, Ensmule. My gear is nothing special, but it is mostly based on strength and stamina. So, strength, stamina, strength, stamina, strength, stamina. You know, here's stamina, spirit, some agility, stamina. Strength, stamina, strength, stamina, strength. This is not strength, stamina, but really just, again, going for the healing, agility, stamina. Strength, stamina, stamina, spirit, and strength, stamina. Well, we could start slowly weaning me out of that, but the only problem I'm going to run into, though, is I would have to respec. You do have some strength gear mixed in? See, to me, it's like you kind of have to go one way or the other. Because like I said, if you're going to put 10% into one of those things to get 10% additional, you might as well put all of your pool into one, so that 10% is giving you more. You know what I mean? I mean, it's kind of a shitty. It's really a shitty talent when you look at it. I mean, like I've got 238 stamina, or I'm sorry, 185 strength. So we're getting what? We're getting 18.5 additional strength with this talent. You know, it's not exactly that great. Yeah, you know, Slatic, I was looking and someone was saying, yeah, I was, you know, I was talking to somebody. Well, here, let's take a look. I was talking to somebody and I was watching a video where somebody said that the Flurry Axe proc is so good that it's almost better than Iron Foe, because Iron Foe doesn't proc anywhere near as much as the Flurry Axe, right? How much drink do I have? 37. Yeah, I saw a video where a guy was talking about that, and he was saying that the Flurry Axe was so good, it was almost better than Iron Foe, and I was like, damn. Now, if I got the Fury Axe, we would go ahead and throw well, we'd want to do lifestealing on that. So, yeah, that would be sick. Well, to buy that, though, we need to go to Tenaris. We need to go to Tenaris if we're going to get that. Yeah, so if I do that and then enchant it with lifestealing, I should get a ridiculous amount of healing coming in. Well, you're saying put Fiery Blaze on. Now, can I put I don't think I can put Fiery Blaze on and lifestealing. So now the Fiery Blaze is going to get me additional. Yeah, no, Slatic. I saw one I saw one for 140 gold in Tenaris. You want to go to Tenaris because the Horde don't really have as much of a use for the Flurry Axe as the Alliance. So you'll see these people put up the Flurry Axe on the gadgets and auction house. 50 gold. Fuck you, Vannon. 50 gold. Screw you. I would have had it a long time ago. The cheapest I've seen it is about 130 or 160 gold. Yeah, dude, 50 gold, fuck you. That's ridiculous, man. I don't know what server you're on, but yeah, well, and the thing is, how long is it going to last? I think the damage on it's what, 35? Because it's like what, like what is the damage on the flurry? Is it 35? It's 1.5 attack speed, right? Well, it's best in slot, but yeah, but it's not better than Iron Foe. I mean, it might be better, but the thing is, Iron Foe hits way harder. 1.5, yeah. It will last a while. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll look into it. I don't... If there was one... The last 2 days, I saw one in Tenaris for around 160 gold. I'm not going to spend... I don't want to spend too much money on it. I'm not going to lie to you. Getting money has not been the easiest thing in the world. And I just missed the boat. How much gold do I have? 165. Shit. Yeah, no, it definitely is best in slot for AoE tanking. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. I've actually never had it. I've always wanted it, you know? Actually, I'm kind of digging the poached Sunsteel Salmon. It's not too bad. I'm kind of surprised I haven't sold more of this, really. We'll send over a little bit more gold. Well, yeah. Dude, I've never seen the flurry. The cheapest I've seen it is like 160. It might have been 135 gold. But at the time when I saw it for 135, I didn't have 100. I couldn't even have bought it because I didn't have that much money. But I'm pretty sure that's the cheapest I've seen it at. Ice cold milk. Yeah, we could sell these items for another little bit of money. Or I could disenchant them. 1.5 gold. Go ahead and just sell them. Jesus. Now, I don't know what server you're on, dude, but I can tell you right now that I'm on Westfall, and, yeah, let's see. That's how on Westfall, man. Prices are so high, but they are coming down. You know, I've seen stockade pauldrons for 200 gold. When the first time I saw stockade pauldrons up there, it was like 350. First time I saw a Skullflame shield, you know how much somebody wanted for it? They wanted like 650, I think. There's been a bunch. There's two. There were two on the auction house just now, and they were on I think 450 gold buyout. I was kind of holding off, saving all my gold I was leaning towards getting the stockade poles. Stockade poles are just so nice. I mean, they have a ton of armor, 20 stamina, plus 10 defense, so they're super good. But like you guys are saying, I mean, really, for me to level the way I like to level, which is just AOE up in Sorrow Hill, you know, having the Flurry Axe would benefit me as far as tanking and leveling. It's going to benefit my survivability more than the other items, you know, because of to me, the biggest number one thing that makes you more survivable is really the healing you're getting off the healing you have coming back off of your Seal of Light and now, should I put the Fiery Blaze enchant on the Flurry Axe? I think what I could... It's one of those things. I think probably it would be nice to do that. Of course, you're going to want to have Righteous up then. I don't know if you guys look. I mean, this proc, the Righteousness can proc the Fiery Blaze enchant, right? So if we have Seal of Righteousness up, right? So let's say we Judge Light, throw up Seal of Righteousness. With the Fiery Blaze enchant, you're going to get a lot more procs of damage if you have Seal of Righteousness up. I think Lifesteal's better. You don't know which. I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't really know. Now, the damage from the Fiery Blaze enchant's only like, what, 9 to 13 fire damage, so it's not like a ton. But if you're... I don't know, it's one of those things where you want to kind of test it out. You'd almost have to test it out to see. You'd have to run the numbers. And I think the other thing you can do too is if I get the axe from BRD, which has the internal heal, I can put life sealing on that, and then put the Fire Blaze on the Flurry Axe, and then we can obviously weapon swap, right? So it's like, oh, if I want more heals, I'll swap in my... That's what I did before, is I had one weapon that did more damage and had the Fiery Blaze enchant on it, and then I had one that, okay, my health's getting a little low, I'll swap into this other weapon that has, 2 more sources of healing, Crazy chains? What kind? But yeah, we're gonna head to Daenerys, and I tell you what, if I see the Flurry Axe, and if I can afford to buy it, I will buy it. I will buy it right now. Now, the last couple times I've gone to Gadgetson, it's been there, and it was like at most 165 gold. So if it's still there, which who knows? But like I said, you want to go to Daenerys because the Horde don't have as much use for the Flurry Axe as the Alliance do. The only class that maybe would use it would be maybe like a Fury Warrior, right? No one else is really... I mean, people don't run enhancement shamans, Yeah, I've had proc... I mean, yeah, I figure that's what you were talking about, but what kind? How would you be more specific? You just talking about healing? But we'll find out. We're going to find out. But I like the idea of having more mana. No, the seals can proc blaze. Oh, it can? Really? I guess that makes sense though. It's additional damage and but see that's what sucks. On the private servers, Seal of Righteousness could proc. You could get 2 heals. But it doesn't work that way. So what you're telling me is that the Fiery Blaze gives you a chance. Okay, so you know what that means? That means that, now answer me this, Van. Can the Fiery Blaze proc Seal of Light? Right? So can you get an additional heal? Because if that's the case, then the Fiery Blaze is 10 times better than Lifesteal. Right? Well, I know the extra swing would proc it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, all right. Well, but if you're saying the Fiery Blaze though could proc an extra swing though, right? I'll tell you what. If the Fiery Blaze can proc an extra swing, then yeah. But if the Fiery Blaze can proc an extra swing from your Flurry X, then yeah, it's better than Lifesteal for sure, for sure. Yeah. Well, everybody, grab onto your butts, and let's hope that the Flurry Axe is in the auction house. It might be. I mean, there's not a lot of people that really think to look at the gadget. Really, people don't really look at the gadgets in auction house a lot. I actually like to sell my food there, like this stuff. I like to sell Spotted Yellowtail in the gadgets because that people around that level are around that level, and this is going to save them money. They'll buy this for like 10 silver, a stack of Spotted Yellowtail, like a warrior. You know, it's 1392 health is good when you're like level 40, you know. So yeah, I like, see, this is why I stream. If anybody wants to know why I stream, this is why. Because I get to talk to people and hear kind of what the things they're trying, and then I get to try those things out, and then I learn more about the class and I become a better paladin. So you've gotten five swing chains where it basically like you're just boom, 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 boom. So how often does the extra swing from Flurry Axe proc? Is it like a 5%? I'm going to guess it's 5%. The way everybody's talking about it procking a lot, it's probably 5%. 3%'s decent, 2% and 1% sucks, 2% kind of sucks, 3%'s decent, 5%'s good. That's the way I look at procs. You know? Like, this chest is 3%, right? So it's nice because it's, you know, if I have, the more mobs that are hitting me, the more chance I have of it procking. 5 to 10. And of course, the craziest proc in the game, as you guys know, is this one. The Fiery Blaze. 50% chance to proc is ridiculous, right? That's just ridiculous. All right, so everybody cross your fingers. Give me the Flurry Axe. We want the Flurry. It won't be there. Come on, be there. Weapons. Boom. It's not there. Son of a bitch. Fuck me running. It was here the last 2 times I looked. Last 2 times I was here and it was there. Yeah, I've done ZF silence about 3 or 4. I think 3 times. The last 3 times I looked, it was here. So that kind of sucks that it's not here now. That bums me out because it was there the last 2 times I looked. Man, well, I can try the Stormwind. I can try the Stormwind auction house, but the prices on the Stormwind auction house for Flurry Axe haven't been that good. But who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe because the prices have been dropping. They've definitely been going down. So, freaking, you guys got me all excited about the Flurry Axe. And I'm like, yeah, let's go over here, we'll get it. Have I repaired recently? No, I have not. $52 silver. Ah, ouch. That's a crazy proc rate. But yeah, Silence, I have done ZF about 3 times. I got the shoulders I'm currently wearing are the Big Bad Paladins from ZF. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Jangthraze the Protector or Sangthraze the Deflector. Or is it Jangthraze the Protector? Yeah, it's Jangthraze the Protector, Sangthraze the Deflector. I'm also wearing here, I'll show you. This is from ZF, and this is from ZF. And this is from the quest turn-in from ZF. So 3 items I'm wearing are a direct result from Zulfaric. Well, you guys have convinced me that I need to get the Flurry Axe. And it's something that I thought I probably should get because of the fact that people were saying it was so good. So if it's so good that it could last me all the way... I mean, I'm thinking it'll last me all the way to 60 then? I mean, the damage on it's kind of low, but just the fact that we're getting all those extra swings... the extra healing is going to be really nice. And plus it finally gives me a reason to actually, if I get it, it'll finally give me a reason to use, this damn flaming enchant that I've had for quite a while. Just sitting in my bag. Fire Blaze enchant. You never got the Big Back Shoulder Slottic? Oh, dude, that sucks. I got him the first time I ran it. But I haven't even seen the sword drops. I think when I start to get bored, which I don't think that'll happen anytime soon because I do want to get my other characters to 60 as well, but at some point in time I'm going to be rolling another Paladin, He's so mad. It sucks when you try to get a certain thing and it just will not drop. But now should be a good time to look for the Flurry Axe in the Storm because, everybody's running raids and a lot more people play on the weekends, so. Alright, well, slowly cross your fingers again. Maybe we'll see the Flurry Axe over here. Okay, weapons, one-hand axe. Ooh. Oh. There we go. There we go. Flurry Axe. Should I buy it? He's like, do it. Oh, there goes. Now, 150 gold's not that bad. Cha-ching! Oh, man. 150 gold. Hey, I got 15 gold. Oh, well. Actually, that's the cheapest I've ever seen it. I can say that. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Silence. Thank you. That is the cheapest I've seen it on this server. So I was actually pretty excited when I saw 150. I was like, oh, 150. All right, so here we go. We've got the Flurry Axe. What does this even look like? It's kind of, I guess. Now, do we put the Fiery Blaze enchant on it? You got 20 gold? I don't feel so bad now. All right, so we're going to do the Fire. I mean, the Fire Blaze is a no-brainer because if I don't put on this, there's nothing I would even want to put it on. So we'll put the Fiery Blaze enchant on it. All right, now, so we've got the Flurry Axe. So, of course, I have to go try this out. So let's go right back to... let's go right back up there and start killing. I don't think we'll need any mana. I think we're okay. flurry. Oh man, no. Oh no. It's 169, so it's not horrible, but it's not great. That's all right. We can we can skill it up, right? It might be It might be faster just to fly to go to take the tram, but I'm being lazy. I don't want to do all that, so we're just gonna fly there. I've never had the flurry axe on a I've never had the flurry axe at any time in the game. I've never had it, so this is the first time I've even had the flurry axe. I've always wanted to try the flurry axe on Protection Paladin. My concern was that I had almost out-leveled it, but from what you guys are saying, you know, this is going to be pretty good. So... yeah, we're going to take a screenshot of this and send it to my buddy Ken. He'll get a kick out of this. Now, let's see. So yeah, if it gives me a lot more healing and a lot more damage with the Fiery Blaze, it's going to make our AoE leveling a lot better at Sorrow Hill. I was really hoping that it would be like, you know, like, what must it be like? I mean, how nice would it be to get like a Flurry Axe drop and just be like, oh, put it up in the auction house for 150 gold and sell it? Man, how come we don't ever get? I mean, I think the best drop I've gotten so far was, I've gotten like 3 blue drops and none of them have been good. Yeah, well, it's really comes down to the speed. I mean, looking at it, I knew it was great for the speed because, you know, the faster attack speed is going to get me more chances to get heals. But really the unknown is the proc. I'm like, well, how much does it proc? You know, that was really the unknown because I've never had it before. So I was always like, you know, once I got to like level 49, I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, well, it only does, like, it doesn't do that much damage. But as you guys know, damage really isn't the most important thing for your weapon as a paladin. Really, it's the proc. The proc and the speed, you know. That's why that one-handed axe in BRD, and it's funny when that one-handed axe in BRD dropped the Wraith Scythe, I think. It just looks like, you're like, oh, it doesn't have any stats. It has a chance to heal you. You're thinking, oh, maybe it's not that great. But I was like, well, nobody else wanted it when I was in BRD. Nobody else wanted it. I was like, well, I'll take it. You know, I'm tank. It might be, you know, I'll try it out. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to use this, I might as well throw a lifesteal on it, and I'll make this my weapon that I throw in when I want to try to get more health. And I started playing around with it. And I was like, holy shit, this axe kicks ass, you know? The amount of heals, you know? It's just crazy. I would bet that the proc rate on that axe is probably like 5%. Yeah, so... ooh, and you know, another thing, this is the first time that I've had 2 epic items in my, you know, my weapon. Well, it's the first epic weapon item I've had. So that's one thing, guys. Now, the next thing we can do is start looking at building up. You said Gorilla Gear, right? And Gorilla is it Gorilla Gear? Gorilla's int stamina. Eagle, no, it's Eagle. Gorilla's strength int, right? Gorilla, I think, is strength and int. Eagle is intellect stam. Answer me this, Vannon, and you guys. Is Eagle cheaper? I bet Eagle's cheaper than Bear, isn't it, on the auction house? Because Bear is typically on plate, seems to be the most expensive. Tends to be cheaper? Yeah, I figured it probably would be. Well, what time is it? So I've been streaming for only 2 hours. Try to maybe stream for like another hour, and then I'll probably have to get to bed, unfortunately. It's 5:18 a.m. My girlfriend's gonna kill me. I have to go out tomorrow and get a suit to wear because I'm getting married in about a month. And I need to get a new suit for my wedding. I'm not going to rent a tux or anything. It's a pretty small wedding. I just can't believe that they're... I mean, I didn't have... I mean, 150 gold is not a ton of money. It's a pretty good amount of money, right? Thanks, Sladik. But it does suck that to have no money. But I don't have, like, no money. I mean, I've got probably 30, 45... I probably have about 50 gold on my other characters. Maybe 60 gold. So I still probably have around 75 gold. Because I'm so low on gold. We'll keep putting up auctions, and hopefully we'll sell some more Night Fin soup tomorrow. I don't know where Ken has been. I haven't seen him online. Did you guys see my video where I went into Mount Hyjal? I was running around in Mount Hyjal. Does my girlfriend know what? Does she know what? My girlfriend knows everything. She knows I need a suit, and she knows... I'm not sure what you're asking there. But she's going with me. Me and her are going to go shopping tomorrow. But I don't have to go shopping until noon. Oh, does she know I'm getting married? Yeah, I figured that's what you were asking. Yeah, she knows. She kind of gave me the ultimatum. She pulled that girl tactic. Like, you know, if you don't marry me, I'm kind of getting tired of this. You know what I mean? Like, she really didn't do it quite like that, but it was. She wanted to get married. Let's just put it that way. And I'm 49 years old, so I'm like, if I don't marry this girl, then I probably will just be single the rest of my life, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Shh, you didn't hear that out loud. But it's cool. She's awesome though. She's awesome. She takes care of me, which is good. I'm a pain in the ass, you know. I can be. I'm fully excited to see what this axe can do. That's cool though. We have a lot of different things to try. We can get the eagle gear. We can respec. I think having the bigger mana pool would be really great for tanking. Yeah. I tell you what, man, when I got divorced, 'cause I was married in 1998, I think. I was married in like 98, and then I ended up getting divorced about 5 years later. And after I got divorced, so that would have been like, what, 2003? Right around the time that I got divorced, I started playing. That's when I first started playing MMOs. It was like 2002, 2003. Started playing Lineage 2, and then, of course, WoW came out. And I sunk myself into World of Warcraft in 2004 for a lot of hours. Because I just got divorced, wasn't really happy about that. And so I kind of just sunk myself into WoW. Didn't go out. Back then, I was going out with friends, drinking and spending money. And I just sat at home, played WoW all the time. And I saved up a lot of money. I can tell you what, my bank account started just going up. Because I wasn't spending money on anything. All I did was go home. I just worked, went home, played WoW, got up, went to work, rinse and repeat. Now I don't do that as much. I don't play WoW as much as... although my girlfriend would probably argue the point that I play it way too much. But my fiance. All right, we're at chilling point. Ooh. Can't wait to see what this axe can do. If Morpheus is right and all, I could be the one. All right, we got the right trinkets in. Let's throw up our buff, mana. I'm gonna toss in some of that. Maybe we'll throw in some of this. Maybe we'll throw in some of that. And let's go ahead and throw this on here. Oh no, it's not a blunt weapon, so that doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I know. I just don't have sharpening stones. $15 a month. I know. Wow, it's cheap, dude. Yeah, well, that's okay. We're not worried. We can certainly do that. So we're just gonna kill like one mob at a time to get the skill up. So actually no, let's judge light. I screwed this up already.
Lovely.
Because we need to throw that in. Look at that, there we go. It would already proc. Did you see that? You see the plus 88 heal? It had 3 in parentheses. So yeah, we're just gonna take it's gonna take a while to level this up. Let's go ahead and judge light and then throw up Crusader here. The other thing we should do is
Lovely.
we want, because we'll still get the attack speed with a low level Crusader. Where is it? Here we go. Because that's rank 5. We want rank 1. We don't want to do as much damage, so. Yeah, it's very fast. But we're missing a lot, you know, miss, glancing, miss. So we're going to start seeing, you know, the damage going up as the skill gets higher and higher. You can see I'm actually, here, let's judge this guy.
You were screwed.
I'm missing so much that Judgment of Light fell off, right? Because you have to hit a target to keep Judgment of Light up. So there we got some. So if we don't hit the target enough, that just shows you how many times we were missing there. We can also just hammer this guy. Now I will say that with the fiery enchant, yeah, I will say that with the fiery enchant, you know, we're gonna, if we use Seal of Righteousness, we're gonna get a lot more fire procs, and I'll show you what that looks like between using Righteous or having light up. So. Now watch, I'll throw up Righteous. We'll see if we get more. We're still too low. Skill's still too low. I can't remember if rogues can use axes in vanilla. No, they can't. No, rogues can only use maces and swords and daggers. You know, so we've got a few procs of the Fiery Blaze. We'll start procking more and more. Yeah, that is very fast. I'm swinging very quick. Alrighty then. Alright, let's go ahead and and we're just using rank 1, Seal of the Crusader. Because we don't really want to kill the guy. Hey Ken, what's up? Dude, where are you at work?
Lovely.
It cost me 150 gold for the axe. I was talking to Slodic and Van in here, and they both have it, and they both say it's super good. And I watched that video a couple days ago where the guy said it's so good that that it might even be better than Iron Foe. So I was like, between these two guys and that video, I'm like, man, get spiritual focus. Yeah, spiritual focus. I don't know though. I don't really need spiritual focus. Because, I mean, I guess it's good for tanking if we want to get some flash heals in there. But, I mean, it's kind of a... But how many talent points are you going to put into spiritual focus, though? And if we get spiritual focus, are you saying don't get improved Seal of Righteousness? Because see, I like using Seal of Righteousness, especially remember, Seal of Righteousness is your best way to hold threat when you're, well, it's a good way anyway, to have Seal of Righteousness up so you can get that extra holy damage, which is really, I mean, obviously your holy damage is what's really your threat generation. Man, my my Judgment of Light fell off again. That means I'm missing a lot still. It's good for emergency hell, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. I mean, I think certain situations is probably good. We'll see. I like having Seal of Righteousness. Look at the swing meter. Look at the freaking swing meter. So now one thing we could do here is check this out. We could throw up Righteous, right? And we could do weapon swap. Oh, I gotta change it though. Shit. We're gonna have to change my macro.
Lovely.
Let's see macros. It's Flurry X, right? Yeah, Flurry X. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I think I don't use. You're right. I don't use Righteousness when I'm AoEing, but when I'm tanking, I do. You don't know what to do now? Well, I mean, I definitely would be doing dungeons, getting better gear. So, incoming mana? You just would probably have to go to the combat log and go to, I'm sorry, and go to MSBT. Here, we'll look at it in a second here. So because I'm using mixed scrolling battle tax, so if I wanted to look at, you know, I would want to look at outgoing, or I guess it would be incoming player, outgoing. I don't right away see a way to show mana. I'm sure there probably is a way to show it. I just don't really care about mana. But I mean, there should. I mean, if I'm judging, like, yeah, I mean, there's probably a way to do it. I didn't notice if I actually was seeing it. So let's say I judge.
Lovely.
Let's see. Yeah, see, I don't see mana gain currently, right? But we know we're getting it because we see the glow effect on me means I'm getting mana. So now if we go to MSBT and we go to outgoing player.
Lovely.
Yeah. Starting to hear a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, let's just do this. We're starting to hit more, so we're starting to hear more procs and stuff. Spend control, blah blah, cooldowns, light, skill icons, no, events, scroll areas, events. It's gotta be events. Notification.
Lovely. Lovely. You were screwed.
Combat floating comics show energy gains.
Lovely.
Oh, was it in there? Thanks. Thanks, Magma. I knew it was in around here somewhere. I didn't see energy gain.
You were screwed.
Ah, there it is. Yeah. Okay. See, there's the mana. I don't like it because now when I do that, it's showing like damage I'm taking.
Lovely.
So I really don't need to see mana gains. So I'm going to turn it off, but that is one way you can do it. We're going to clear the damage meter, and we are going to... Once we get higher up, what we're going to do is we're going to compare... We'll compare the healing we're getting with the Flurry Axe equipped or the other my other Mace, Viking Hammer, Warhammer equipped. I'm at 214 axis, so we need to get to yeah, we need to get to 260, so we're still a ways off yet.
Lovely.
Still a ways off.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's like one second attack speed. That's just hilarious when you look at the swing bar.
Lovely.
The light. Notice how once Uther Lights proc that my health just shot up because I'm not taking any damage. Takes a while to skill up. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm even keeping light up. Look how many times I'm missing. Miss. Yeah, the Selvian. Well, now I'm kind of screwed. I wanted to get the Demon Forged breastplate, but now I don't have enough money, so oh well. I mean, it took me so long just to get that much money. So now we're broke again. I'm not that. I mean, it won't be. It'll be easier to get gold once I start farming the living essence and essence of water. I just kind of wanted to get up to about level 52ish, and then I think we'll be able to start farming that. And those are selling for like 7 gold each. I could also go to Ashara and just fish for those as well for essence of water. What was that? Did you see that? Why am I getting the speed? What's that speed effect? You see that? What is that? Now we're starting to get more of the weapon, you know, the fire rate procs, just because I'm landing more blows. I guess that thing is the flurry axe swing. Is that what that is? That's the axe proc? I didn't know what that was, dude. So it's finally procking. So it hasn't really been procking that much up to this point because we've just been missing so much. It's cool that it gives you that visual. Now watch when I go to Seal Righteousness. We should start seeing. We really should start seeing more fire procs once you have Righteous up, because you have multiple chances to proc it. So. Yeah, I didn't know that's what that was. So obviously, so my axe wasn't proccing too much, guys. But hopefully, so obviously it's predicated on actually hitting something to get that extra attack. So since I was missing so much, and I'm still missing, there's a miss. Glancing. I wonder if glancing blows don't proc it. Miss. Well, I'm obviously getting more heals, right? Just because I'm attacking so much faster, we're getting a lot more healing. See all those heals coming in? Plus 49, plus 49. Plus 49, plus 49, plus 49, plus 49. Holy crap. That's a lot of heals. So we're getting like so many heals. Magma, I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what you like to do. Oh, you're level 60, you said? I mean, if you want to raid, you're probably going to have a hard time finding a raiding as prot, but if you want to tank, then you're probably going to want to stay prot, obviously. It just depends. I mean, I'm going to farm the Crusader enchant recipe. I want to tank and get as best tank gear as I can. But if you want to it just depends what you want to do. Yeah, but you can see I'm getting so many heals now that health is not an issue at all. And then we can even just, you know, throw this in, right? God, that attack speed is crazy. Skill's not increasing. Come on, X skill.
Lovely.
I'm trying to do as little damage as possible.
Lovely.
Let's see how long it will take to kill. I just want to try something here real quick. Well, the healing is crazy. I would say that the healing with this axe is ridiculous. I'm getting way more heals. Like, way more. I'm not getting as many fiery procs as I would have expected. In fact, I'm kind of disappointed on that. But we still have about 30 more points to go on my skill. And then, of course, like I said, if you have Righteous up, you're going to get a lot more fiery procs. So even like now, watch when I switch to Seal the Righteous.
Lovely.
Look at Reckoning. So we have chances to proc Reckoning, which is going to give us another swing. Then, of course, we have the Floriax's chance to proc another swing. And, of course, eventually we can get the Trinket, right? And get a Trinket that's going to give us a chance to proc an additional swing.
Lovely.
Let's go ahead and use a higher level now. I think we're high enough now. Let's get rid of this low level shit.
Lovely. You were screwed. Lovely. Lovely.
$232.
Lovely.
Look at those heals. 49, 49, 49, 75. I had like 4 heals to come in within like about a second of each other.
Lovely. You were screwed. Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
I'm actually watching my health
Lovely.
just go up and down and up and down. It's actually going, once I proc the Uther's Light, my health jumps. Went from 43% health there to 50%.
Lovely.
And then we got the internal heal. So actually at this point I think I'm out healing the damage these two guys can do. Well, now they finally did some damage. Now I'm down to 30. Well, it's because Light dropped off. Or Crusader dropped. So I'm at 33% health. Let's see if it goes up. 33, 31,
Lovely.
29.
Lovely.
Alright. Took a while. So we still got a ways to go yet. Oh, how much more for the one hand to have its potential? I don't know. I mean, really, I'm a little disappointed that the Flurry Axe hasn't procced more often. I mean, I'm already at 236 skill. I would have expected it, from what everybody was talking about with it, the Flurry Axe. I gotta admit, I would have expected it to proc more often. But you know, it's definitely giving me a lot more heals because of the sheer speed of it. And I may have more chances to proc off of the Reckoning damage, or off the Righteous damage. I'm not sure. So if I throw in Righteous here,
Lovely.
I don't really know. If the Righteous, if it has a chance to proc off of the Righteous damage, then that's going to be twice as many chances to proc. So, but so far, like during that whole fight, I didn't see it proc one time, and to me, that's not a very good proc rate. So I don't know if it's just I'm having bad luck with it, or if just the skill's too low, or what. But I mean, if I have a weapon that's supposed to proc a lot, I would expect during one combat round against even just one opponent that it would proc at least once. You know. Like here, let's see if it procs. There's one proc. And there's two. So we had two procs, I think, that time. But you see, we're getting. It's still really good. Like I said, I just think I thought I would have procced a little bit more by what everybody was talking about. But we will find out. There's a proc right there. That's one.
Lovely.
Not Buyer's Remorse so much, because I think it's definitely way better than what I had. But I was just hoping. It's not Buyer's Remorse, because I think it's really good. There's another proc. So, I mean, I definitely think it's at least a... There's
Lovely.
another one. So, I think... So that's 3 procs. There's 4. So now it's doing a lot better. Now, I don't know if it's just skill based, if my skill was too low. But what I'm thinking is happening here, and we'll try this in a second, but what I'm thinking is happening is the actual righteousness. I'm going to sneeze.
Lovely.
Oh, sorry, I sneezed, but I'm thinking that the actual righteousness additional damage maybe is giving it a chance to proc. And if you notice, righteousness drops. So what I want to do is I want to test it out. Right, so let's do this. We're going to test it out once where we don't use righteousness, right? We're just going to use, like, Crusader. And we'll see how many times it procs.
Lovely.
No, not Buyer's Remorse, because even if it didn't proc as much as I thought, the healing that it's doing, I mean, the additional heals I'm getting are I mean, it's still really good. But see here with Seal of Crusader up, I've not gotten one proc at all, right? But I'm thinking that the righteousness gives me two chances to proc it. And also, I mean, I know for a fact that there's the first Flurry Axe proc. And I don't know what it's called on the Flurry Axe. I'd like to set up I like setting up the MSP, triggers that show text. There's 2, so that's 2. Huh. All right, let's clear the meter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a full fight with Righteous. And we should see that the mob dies a lot faster, too. You notice it took quite a while to kill that mob? So you notice that we're already getting more of the Fiery Enchant, because the Fire Enchant has a chance to proc off of the Righteous tick. So yeah, there's 4 Fiery procs already. There's our first Flurry Axe proc. There's another fire, so we're 5-1. 6, 7-1. 8. 9. 10. So we had 11 Fiery Blaze Enchant procs and only 1 Flurry. So it seems to me that, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the Flurry really is getting more chances maybe to proc off of the Righteous. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll try that. But yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, Slatic, I would have thought that the Flurry would have procced more often. But, I mean, we saw in one of those fights it procced 3 times, so it could just be RNG, and we'll try it in multiple packs. It says chance on hit, right? Chance on hit. So fighting multiple mobs really shouldn't make any difference. But we'll give it a go. But it's definitely way better than what I had, because I'm getting way more healing. We'll just do...
Lovely.
Oh, jeez. Well, we're getting a lot of the nice Reckoning procs. Right now we're just using Righteous. And you can see though that we're health-wise we're doing really well. And the reason I'm using Righteous is because I know it procs a lot more of the Fiery Blaze damage.
Lovely.
So we're going to go ahead and judge wisdom this time and throw up light just to regen some mana.
Lovely.
I didn't really want to get
Lovely.
these mobs. How am I getting all these additional mobs? Where the hell are these guys coming from? Well, this will be a good test.
You were screwed.
And these guys are coming from a lot further away. I don't know why. This is something that I've noticed in Classic, is that mobs will path from like it's like the aggro
Lovely.
is weird, you know. Well, I would have been okay until the additional came. Now, are these mobs coming after me? Look at this. Jesus. Man. Oh shit, look. They keep coming. They keep running over here like they're gonna gank me. That's hilarious, dude.
Lovely.
Oh man.
Lovely.
Wrong neighborhood, yeah. No, I mean the Flurry Axe is really, really good. I just, the way you guys were talking about it, I expected it to be proccing more often. But it is really good. There's no doubt about it. I'm not having buyer's remorse. I think it's worth the 150 gold because it's, you know, it's way better than what I had. And we still haven't skilled it up all the way yet. It's still at 242. So we still got another 18 points to go. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to spend money in Classic. You know, it's hard to make money. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of great ways. I mean, I know ways to make money as far as grinding, but I'm just a little bit low right now level wise to do those particular grinds that I want to do. So.
Lovely. Lovely.
You were screwed.
Hey, it is the Flurry Axe with the Fiery Blaze on it, yes.
Lovely.
Yeah, I guess do heal.
Lovely. Lovely.
Cost 500 gold in your realm? Yeah, you know, I just bought it.
Lovely.
Okonika, I just bought it literally like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. And I got it for 150 gold. Which, 150 gold is a pretty good price.
Lovely.
But I've been talking to these guys, Vannon and Slottic, and I think they've convinced, though they convinced me to kind of go get the Flurry Axe, which I think it is really good. There's no doubt about it. 150 gold is not bad. It's just hard. It's hard to make money. You know, it takes me like probably a week to make 150 gold. The way I do it, because I used to do it mostly via fishing. You know, but. Yeah, 150 gold. I mean, when I first saw him on the server, are you on Horde or? Yeah, the inflation will go up because everybody's gonna be farming Dire Maul. So I don't know if, so you know, people are gonna have more money. One of the reasons I kind of got back to my Paladin and want to start loving my Paladin stick is because of the fact that Dire Maul is coming out, and that I wanted to start getting more geared up on the Paladin and see if I could start doing maybe some Dire Maul jump runs or jump farms, or we'll see. Yeah, we'll just stick here. Not yet, Slodic, but I will. Usually, again, Ungoro for me, I usually do it on 52. Although you could get this Crystal Spire before
Lovely.
that. I mean, you can start the quest, I think, at 50. But yeah, we'll get the Crystal Spire Shield. Like 52 is going to be big because, you know, I can start really doing Ungoro, doing that stuff, getting the Cenarian caches, you know, the repeatable soil. What do I want to do here? You know. Oh, thanks, man. Yep, got Holy Shield. But talking to Slodic here, he had some good advice as well as Vanna, and they both like to go with, you know, Eagle gear and go with the intellect stamina, which is something I've thought about trying for a long time. I just have never tried it. Remember, playing a Protection Paladin for me is something that I started for the first time on private servers. I'd never done it in original vanilla, but even though I played original vanilla, I just never played a Paladin. So I'm still, you know, I'm still learning. You know, I haven't tried an intellect build yet, so that's the next thing I want to try out. I think that'll make tanking a lot less painful because I won't be running out of mana so much. I won't be ooming so much. So that'll be nice. We don't have as many buffs now. Well, I kind of screwed that up. Oh, well. But you see that I'm going to get a lot more of the Fiery Blaze procs with Righteousness up. Should, anyway.
Lovely. Lovely.
Really? I've never really tried to buy Eagle plates, so I'm not really sure what the cost is. I
You
know.
were screwed.
I think Vanna was saying that it was actually a little bit cheaper. I know on my server, strength is pretty pricey. So. I didn't mean to swap auras there. That was an
Lovely.
accident.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, it's much better. Spam Holy Shield more. All right. I will try that. I want the Demon Forged armor. I actually was planning on bidding on a Demon Forged chest piece that was in the auction house for 94 gold buy-in until I bought the Flurry Axe. Once I bought the Flurry Axe, though, that pretty much took 150 gold. So now I'm down to 16 gold. So, but yeah, I would like to get the Demon Forged chest piece. I think that's a really good chest piece. You know.
Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, it's funny, Slatic. You're saying spam Holy Shield but more, but not too long ago, I don't think it was you. I think it was Vanna was saying don't spam it so much. I think you guys also can see that since I don't have Eagle Gear, I really quickly, which is, you know, kind of a problem. So, but we can start swapping into Eagle Gear, but I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to respec, which is gonna cost a lot. It's probably gonna cost me like at least 10 gold just to respec. But I don't need to respec right away. But once I get to the point where I have significantly more intellect than I do strength, I would want to respec and go ahead and grab, you know, divine intellect.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm really swapping blessings, and if I'm doing it, it's probably because I screwed up which ones I wanted to use. The only times I really am going to be swapping blessings is just if, and I think Slatic was talking about this earlier, is basically if the blessing drops. I'm not swapping a blessing, I'm just refreshing a blessing, right? So like right now we have light up, right?
Lovely.
So we can go ahead and, like, let's say, you know, judge this guy with wisdom and then throw up light, which is kind of what we're doing. So if I was swapping it, it's just because I screwed up my rotation. So normally I'm not going to be swapping blessings. I'll just be refreshing them. When the mob dies, then I'll have to I would have to throw up wisdom, judge it. Now I could rotate the blessings, meaning right now I've got light up. Let's say this mob drops. I could target this one and just judge with light, throw up wisdom.
Lovely.
And that's what you know. That's what Vannon was talking about. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I just, when I'm tired or if I'm just not paying attention, I kind of screw up. And also it's because I've kind of changed because, you know, Slotted kind of got me in the habit of really going with judging wisdom and then throwing up light. And what I was doing the other way around. I was judging light and then wisdom. So sometimes you're catching me basically, not the seals. Oh. Yeah, the only time I swap blessings is when I'm, I mean, like, I'll start a fight off and I'll have Sanctuary. And then at the very end of the fight, after I've dropped like maybe 3 mobs, I might switch into Wisdom just to regen more mana at the end of the fight. That's really the only time I'm changing blessings. Again, this is partially the problem, is that I don't have a big intellect pool. So like I'll go into a fight like this, right, where I have Sanctuary up, and at the very end of the fight, I'll throw up Wisdom just because I'm out of mana, or almost out of mana. That's about the only time I swap blessings. It's like, let's say we grab, I don't know, there's only 2 right now, but alright, I'll throw up wisdom, judge wisdom, throw up seal of light. And at this point, yeah, I'm not really doing much of anything other than just auto attacking.
Lovely.
Now here's where, right now my lights dropped. So at this point, normally I would refresh light. But I know Slodic was saying he doesn't like to refresh, but these mobs are just dying so slowly right now. So, and I'm losing out on a lot of heals. In that scenario, I would normally just refresh light. So, and see, I screwed up. I threw up light. I should have, but we can just go ahead and swap to righteous. And we'll just down this guy really fast. You've never seen me do... Well, yeah, so like I said, the only time I'm really swapping the blessing is at near the end of the fight when I look at my mana and I've got like maybe 2 or 3% mana left. And I'm on the last mob and I'll just throw up Blessing of Wisdom. That's a good question. That is a good question. That's a good question. I think that's a good point. If you're not doing any other types of seals or blood castings that take mana, and you're still and you're still regenerating mana, you haven't you're outside the 5 seconds. The other thing is, like I said, since I have strength stamina gear, I don't have a lot of mana. I think those are things I'm just gonna have to keep playing around with and see. Man, there's just not a lot of mobs around right now. And I don't see anybody. That's why I'm like looking around and I'm like, I would think there'd be more mobs, but that's all right. We'll judge this guy with wisdom. We'll throw up light. All right. Yeah, we'll just move over here. We should get a few more mobs to spawn here pretty soon.
Lovely. Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, I do that. I've done that too sometimes, where I'll judge wisdom and just because you do regen mana very fast when you've got both wisdoms up. Like right here, we don't even think, for some reason, we have no seal up right now. So now if I judge, I fucked that up. I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. Plus, I've got like, you got me doing things the way I normally do them, and now I've got 3 different people saying, try this, try that, and it's just kind of crossing my wires here and making me screw up. But
Lovely.
Oh, but I do need to. All right, now we have Wisdom Judge, Blessing of Wisdom up, and we have Seal of Wisdom up. At this point in time, you're going to regen a lot of mana. Yeah, and I do that sometimes in the last mob too. I mean, I do that sometimes as well. So, pretty much everything you guys have said, I've tried. The only thing I really hadn't tried, it was something I thought about recently, was just really judging Wisdom to start the fight and then throwing up Light. That was something I never really did. My personal preference is to judge Light and put up Righteousness, because with Righteousness, I know for a fact I'm getting more procs of Fiery Blaze. You know, so like if I go here and I judge Light and throw up Righteous, again, plus like for the Righteous up, I can swap out my 2-hand, and then I can get the additional damage. I can get greater damage. See, now I'm getting 60 damage on the righteous tick, as opposed to just, you know, 20, right? See, 60. And that's because I'm weapon swapping. Well, it's just not a huge deal, but it's just something you can do. Let's regen some health off this guy. Yeah, but it varies so much in different situations. But yeah, I am going to say I'm disappointed with the Flurry X, dude. It is not proccing anywhere near as much as you guys made it sound out. I mean, I've got other weapons that have, like, you know, that proc. Like, I would say that the Wraith Scythe from BRD procs more than the Flurry X. You know? I mean, I'm doing fights here where I don't even see it proc once. So that's pretty disheartening, really. But, it is what it is. I'd never used it before, so I wasn't sure what the proc rate was. But there's no fucking way. It's like, but I would say it's like 3%, maybe 5%, but it's definitely not more than 5%. No way. So that's a little bit disappointing, but it's still way better, like I said, because just the attack speed is making you get a lot more heals. I'll throw on Wisdom here. Like you said, just regen a little bit. But I mean, a lot of times, you know, like I said, I can just throw in all Blessing, Wisdom, and Wisdom. Tends to do better in bigger groups with Righteous up. Well, I think, yeah, I mean, my theory is that it should do better with Righteous up, is that the Righteous damage tick gives it another chance to proc Flurry. Which is what I was thinking earlier that's why I was doing that one fight where I did one with Righteous and one without. I mean, normally my normal rotation was before I was talking to you guys. Really, is this: I go in, judge Light, and throw up Righteous, because the Righteous definitely procs the Fiery Blaze, and hopefully it's also proccing the Flurry. You know, you can see all the Fiery Blaze I'm getting. That's because of Righteous. You know.
Lovely.
So, you know, there was a flurry proc. But I'm going to guess that the righteous should help the, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, though. It's just basically, I'm basically just going to go back to the rotation I normally use. Yeah, 2. And the one thing that I notice is that it does seem to proc more when I have Righteous up, but I'm just going to go back to my normal rotation. I really think that having Righteous up is the way to go. And plus, you know, I'm also spec'd for, you know, improved seal of Righteous. So I do the most damage that way, which damage, again, I don't think damage is really your number one concern when you're on an AoE protection Paladin. But, you know, so if we throw up Sanctuary, we need more mobs. Judge Light, throw up Righteous.
Lovely.
So there's one proc already. You saw how fast I took that guy down with Righteous. It's a lot different, you know. Do way more damage when I have Righteous up. And like I said, if I want, I can weapon swap into my 2-hand weapon as well. At that point, because I can, you know, proc its internal proc as well. There's so many. That's the thing. There's just so many things you can do with the Protection Paladin, you know. There's a lot of different things to try. Need to grab this mine node over here. There was one proc. I put one, maybe 2. I can't remember if there were at least 1. 2. There's another proc. Another one, C3. So I think it's pretty obvious that Righteous is procking Flurry. Because I've already had, there's 4 procs.
Lovely.
There's another one. So yeah, I think that's, so now we're seeing Flurry.
Lovely.
You know, yeah, no, I agree. But I think the most important thing is what I was trying to get at is, Jesus, I ran out of mana already? That was weird. Must have just been the leech. See, now I am going to try it, because now when they have the leech on, you don't have enough mana to remove it. There we go. You just want to get a Blessing of Wisdom and try to remove
Lovely.
it. There, finally. Jeez.
Lovely.
Oh, so you say the damage comes from blocking with Holy Shield. Yeah, definitely. Damage is going to come with Holy Shield and Sanctuary Access for proccing seals. More mana, more Holy Shields. Yep. Yeah, well, right now I'm just a little bit too... I'm not really strong enough to do more than maybe 4. I think I could probably do 5 if there's only maybe 1 ghoul. Right now I'm just being kind of lazy because I'm tired, and I'm really trying. I'm looking at the different types of rotations, different seals, different blessings, and trying to figure out what I think works best. But honestly, what's funny is it's coming down to that just my normal rotation that I always use is really what's best, which is Judging Light, throwing up Righteousness. And then just when the mob dies, I Judge Light on the next target, throw up Righteous. And that's what I've done really the past 2 years on private servers is pretty much what I've done. You know, the only difference here is if I want, I can weapon swap to my 2-hand just because it's going to give me more tick damage on my, you know, on here you can see 61 whole damage on the Righteous because I swapped into a, you know, bigger damage weapon. But I think getting Eagle Gear and going with that build will really help because obviously, I mean, I think it was Vannon was saying he had like you know, he had a mana pool of like 2,400. You know, that's 500 mana more than me, and he's only level 45. So I would be, you know, even higher than that. Oh, nice whiff. Yeah, no, I'm just getting tired, guys. Sorry, that's all it is. It's 6:34 a.m. here. Yeah, but I think what we've seen. I mean, it's nice to be able to judge wisdom and throw up, you know, some seal of light because you're going to heal more, but it just really takes away from what looks like. I mean, it takes away from your extra damage from your flame, and it looks like it's taken away from your flurry procs as well. So it really kind of makes it not worth it. So let's try to get a bigger pull here. You know, when we get these skeletal flares, these are much easier. We're going to have some competition here. But look, I'm already out of mana. Did you see that? Already out of fucking mana. That's because I judged. No, I got the right things up. But yeah, I'm already out of mana. Oh yeah, no, it's 6:36 a.m. here, guys. That's why if I sound tired, that's why.
Lovely.
Yeah, I screwed. Out of mana there. So there, that's a perfect example of where I would have thrown on Blessing of Wisdom. You're about to have lunch, Himmel. But you saw, see, I'm out of mana right now. But that's a perfect situation where a lot of times I will throw a Blessing of Wisdom right there because I was at like about 6% mana. And if I do what I did there, which was actually judge the target with light and then getting ready to go to Seal of Righteousness, at that point in time I didn't have enough mana to throw up Seal of Righteousness. But if I would have switched to Wisdom, then judged light within just a few seconds, I would have probably had it. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so we're slowly making our way towards 52. Slowly, ever so slowly. No, thanks for the helps. I mean, I appreciate it, your guys. Lodic, I really appreciate your help. I think it really does come down to me doing the same rotation. I really think judging light and getting righteousness up because of all the additional things that righteousness gives me and the additional damage. I do a lot more damage with righteousness up. But I think, you know, switching to Eagle gear and going with that build probably is going to benefit me a lot because, as you see, I really struggle with mana. And I've always thought that just, hey, you know, all paladins struggle with mana, but not going with the Eagle gear is you know, I don't have anywhere near as much mana, so. But thanks for watching, dude. I will see you. I'll see you next time. But you can see it. It looks like to me that the flurry is definitely proccing more with righteousness up. See, there's another one. That's two flurry procs. And there's 3. So I definitely think that it has a chance to proc off of the
the righteousness tick.
Lovely.
And there's another one. And another one. So now here I switched to wisdom. I judged wisdom and threw righteousness up. Because I don't really care about health. I'm at 94%. And if I want, I can of course swap to my two-hand, which does a little bit more damage. But that's probably better. At this point, because the flurry, I want the flurry procs, it's almost better just to keep it in. Keep it equipped. Alright, but I think that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna get to bed. Good stuff, though. I mean, I think I learned quite a bit, and which is always good. That's really the goal, is to keep learning. There's so much to the protection paladin, and just, you know, all the seals and the blessings. I mean, there's just so much to that shit, you know. There's so many ways to approach it. But I think when you play protection paladin as long as I have, you know, the past 2.5 years, like, you start to get a feel. You just get feels for how, you know, in different scenarios, you kind of just know what you need to do in certain situations. And so yeah, I mean, switching to Blessing Wisdom for me at the end of the fight works out pretty well. Now a lot of times I will switch to Blessing Wisdom and Judge Wisdom, and even earlier in the video I did that a couple times, and I even talked about it. I said, hey, I'm going to regen my mana, and I switched to Blessing Wisdom, I judged Wisdom, and I threw, you know, Seal of Wisdom, and then after the combat I mentioned, I said, hey, yeah, look, I got it all the way back up to like 100, like 79 silver. So we didn't get, I'm already back up to 100% mana. We didn't get any drops that time, really. I mean, I actually lost money there because we didn't really get any kind of great drops, which kind of sucks. We actually didn't do too well that time, but I wasn't pulling big pulls. And the more my voice is starting to go, let's just fly to South Shore. I don't feel like flying all the way to Ironforge. But the more mobs we start pulling in, the higher level we get. The other thing, too, is the poisons that those ghouls hit you with, you'll start to resist those once you get to around level 55. You'll just start resisting them. And then you won't be burning as much mana, just cleansing that. Yeah, the only thing I'd really change with my build outside of going with Divine Intellect when we get the Eagle Gear is really pulling out the anticipation points here and moving them over and putting those into deflection. That's the one thing I'm thinking about trying. Yeah, I think Okanaga, that's definitely why I like playing them. There's so much variety. It's so much, but it's the more you play the class and the more you go through all the different types of scenarios and situations. And I think if you're an AoE paladin, you really want to, you're always pushing the limit, right? You're always kind of, you know, how many mobs can I kill and still be alive? You're always trying to push that limit. And right there, I was playing around with so many different things, and you guys, you know, Slodic and Vanna were giving me so many different kind of ideas that I wasn't really pulling big mobs because I was really trying to play around with just the mechanics, you know, and seeing what was working with the Flurry Axe, what wasn't working. And as I pretty much figured, you know, Righteousness seems to proc it more. And of course, Righteousness definitely procs Fiery Blaze more. I know that for certain. But if you look here now, if we look at the healing that we were getting, you know, 32% is coming from Judgment, right? Me hitting mobs that have Judgment, you know, have light on. This is just, you know, Judgment. I'm not sure which one's which. I guess Seal could be the Seal on me, and Judgment's maybe they got light on them when I'm hitting them. So probably, yeah, that's probably what this is. This is probably a target judged with light and me hitting that target. This is probably me having Seal of Light up on myself because it's going to give me bigger heals. That's why it's less count, and yet it's still more heals because it's like giving me like 75 heals or something versus like 40, 49. And then, of course, they consider Uther's Light a heal, but it's really just an absorb. And then self-healing is my chest piece. Health regeneration is my food over here, the Approaches on Sales Scammon. And then, of course, you know, Flashlight.
I don't know why Holy Shield. Holy Shield's an absorb. That's interesting. I'm not sure. Oh, that's my two-hand weapon. So at some point in time, I equipped the two-hand weapon and procced the Holy Shield on that, and that's why it showed up. And it's also an absorb. And we got some more of this. And I sent this stuff to me just to sell it because I'm so damn low on money now. Oh well. That's just the way it is, man. You have to. Okay, now we're up to 19, almost 20 gold. So. Oh, your spec's different. Yeah, I think. Is your spec? Is it protection? But I mean, the only difference, like the spec I was running on private servers, is I wasn't running Reckoning. So I would have been 5 of 5 here, 0 out of 5 here, right? And then 5 of 5 here. That's the only difference. And then this was exactly the same. And then here I would have been 5 of 5. And I think I had 4 of 5 here. There's different specs I was thinking about trying, like maybe doing, doing like a Seal Command build for leveling. As far as protection, I don't think there's anything. The Blessing of Kings, but Blessing of Kings, in my opinion, isn't really that great until you get to about level 50, 53 maybe. I mean, it's going to be better. If I go Eagle and get a lot of intellect, then this becomes a little bit better. 10% more int on, 10% more intellect on an intellect pool of, so it's one of those things. And really, the Blessing of Kings for me isn't really. I don't think it's that good until I'm like level 53, maybe 51 might be okay, but up until pre 50, just Blessing of Wisdom is gonna eclipse my Blessing of Kings as far as MP5. Most of these other things I would never bother with. I would never bother with Devotion or Guardian's Faith. This is more PvP, and again, this is more PvP and not really that great. I've never really found myself dying a lot in instances because of interruption. That's why I don't think spiritual focus is something I don't really think about too much, because I just don't find myself dying because I couldn't cast a heal on myself. Usually if I'm dying, it's because either the healer ran out of mana or we just pulled too many. And me being able to throw up, and again, once again, I don't have a lot of mana, so I'm casting healings on myself. That's never a good scenario. And then of course Healing Light again, not really going to use this. And I don't use Might at all. I never use Might. So, also, trying Holy Shock would be an interesting build. So many different things you can do. Holy Wreck with Holy Shield, no points in Divine Strength or Righteousness. So you're not, yeah. So that would be you don't have Consecration then. Yeah, no, I've seen that build. I'm just not a fan of not having Consecrate. I like Consecrate. It does a lot of damage, but yeah, Kings is good when you get better gear, and it really isn't that great at like 50 or pre-50. It just isn't that great. I'm a little bummed I don't have any money. But what can you do? Alright, so no more sales. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all of the advice, guys, tips. I appreciate it as always. And I'm going to try to get a little bit of sleep. It's 6:48 a.m. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out.